What is happening, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and tonight on the tailgate party that never stops, we have a special guest. I'm super excited. For everybody that doesn't know Dolphreaky, I don't know how that's possible. You must not be on Twitter. You must not go to the games. That's okay, because today you're going to be able to meet her. Great advocate for the fan base, for the female fan base, part of the fan base. I don't know if everybody knows this, but we have a massive female representation in the Dolphins fan base, and they are loud and they are proud, and we're going to talk about a few of them. Shout out Miss Fins, shout out 305 Sports Babe, and shout out Dolphreaky, who I have in the back. Guys, before we go, make sure you're hitting that like button on your way in here. Make sure you're checking out all the great content we have on the network. Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays live at 9 with Tonk 7 and color commentary. Right after that, you guys got open mic with Mike on the mic, and you can catch him again on Saturdays with Drop the Mic. Late night color commentary Thursday nights, and then every other night of the week, you got the Fins Tailgate, El Capitan style. We are partnered with Fanatics, so if you guys are looking for some gear, hit the link in the description below. There's also some of our gear hiding in the back in that link, so make sure to check it out, guys. And everybody who's in here and in here early, I appreciate it. John, Tonk, Color, Noel, Kadeem dropping in, Miami Sports Fanatics, FM, Andre, Q, Aqua, B. George, Florida Born, FM, everybody up in this mug, Carla. So, guys, without any further ado, let's bring on our special guest. Hello, Dolphreaky. What's happening?
Hello. Hey, Chris. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Oh, man. Thanks so much for being here. I'm super excited. I see what the girls are doing over there. I'm super excited for that. I think it's the perfect time. The growth in the fan base amongst social media is only growing. The team's on the up and up. And it's good for us to have our representation out there. We can, it's good because I've seen you in action at the stadium, just buzzing around, saying hi to everybody. It's like you're an ambassador for the Dolphins. It's amazing. It's really great. It's a great thing.
Yeah, I just got so sucked into this. It's so funny because like I started going to games when I was like 10, 11, and we would just come down for like one game per year. And it was just like so cool to see like the fans and like the super fans and everyone dressing up, and like just the culture itself sucked me in. Like obviously I was already like, super fan status back home in Pennsylvania, but this just being at the games, like meeting other people, hearing their stories, why they've become a fan. My grandma is like 95 years old and she made me a Dolphins fan, and like all of these things. I love to hear these stories. I love connecting with people. I love hugging, taking pictures, like all of it. It's so much fun for me.
Well, that's great. And, you've now maneuvered into doing what you do best in this, just, you know, just meeting people in this positive vibe and stuff. And I told you backstage, I remember when I saw you talking about it, because I was made aware of you when I started getting involved. I've always been a diehard fan of this team, my entire family, just a bunch of diehards. Like at the house, it's pandemonium when the game's on. And every year we would always go, because a lot of us are born in December. We would always go to a game, and we were from South Florida. We always lived in South Florida too. But it's changed the view of how that's different. The community is so much well connected these days. And we used to be a part of the Fin Fans Club up in Central Florida when we moved up there. And so it's like that has taken on a whole new life. And when I saw you on Miami Sports Fanatics and I see what you guys are doing and everything like that, it has this whole other, I don't know, it's like an important thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much good stuff that comes out of it. And one thing you've started recently is your nonprofit, and it's Dolphreaky Friends Incorporated. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Because I see I have a list of some of the things you do, but this is a great thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I totally agree. Like just being a fan of this team is one thing, and like rooting for the team and being, season ticket holder and all of those things are so important. But really, like this really is such a family, and because of the way that Dolphins Nation is really so tight knit, and especially how we're connected through social media. I just can't even believe, like through the last couple years, how much we've exploded on social media. All of the groups that we have. If you look at like Dolphin Nation Twitter, it's insane, like how everyone is so connected with thousands and thousands of followers, and just everyone just going back and forth and sharing thoughts and, reminiscing and, talking about the old times and the, what's happening, and sharing outfits and just like, sharing swag and like all that stuff. Like we talk about everything and it feels like such a family. But yeah, so I've been so inspired by the things that other NFL fans are doing. So for one, big shout out to Elite Super Fans, which is run by Tiffany, who's actually a Buffalo Bills fan. But she put together this essentially like a nonprofit, and it's against bullying. So her big message is, stop bullying. And so all of the NFL super fans from all over the NFL have come together in this group, and they're doing all kinds of things. And I was just so inspired by, we have some people like Raider Squid, who does like a suicide awareness campaign, which is also like very, very close to my heart. So a lot of the things that I do are centered around suicide awareness. One, because one of my best friends who actually brought me into the tailgate for the first time and introduced me to pretty much all of the people that I know now, unfortunately committed suicide a few years ago. And it really just shook, a lot of us, and it changed my perspective on so many different things. And so I felt like that was a very important cause to get behind. And then also we have the Positive Porpoise, which is a fan run group. And that's run by Danny Johnson, CEO of TPP. Shout out Danny.
Yep. Danny's on my short list to get on here. I can't wait.
You have to have him on there.
He's a pioneer.
He's so great. He's so humble. And I've really learned so much from him, and like the way that he's handled his groups and how much money the group has been able to raise,
It's
you know, one
it blows me away how much they've been doing for so long
yeah,
too. It's
it's
amazing.
insane.
It's
Just with
amazing.
the DCC alone, like he
I
has
know.
a DCC team, which I was happy to ride with this year and
I was gonna
last.
talk to you about that with
Yeah,
NorCal and stuff because I had NorCal on, I had Big E on. I know you guys all were in the
yeah.
positive porpoise thing. It's so great.
Yeah, sorry, we could talk about more
Go
about
ahead,
that,
go
but
ahead, go ahead.
what I'm getting at is like all of those groups have inspired me to do my own nonprofit, and I just feel like over the years, like I've just had a lot of you know, increase in social media presence, and now I'm doing podcasts and like just, you know, so I have all of these followers, and I just feel like, you know, we could do more as a fan base, and you know, maybe I can be an instrument for that. So my primary thing was I wanted to start, you know, my own nonprofit so that we could one just kind of try to share more positivity, you know, with children, you know, sick children in hospitals or military families, people who have, you know, a military member overseas, you know, sending care packages, you know, just going to, now that COVID is, you know, starting to let up a little bit, we can visit hospitals and, you know, see kids and
Mhm.
just, you know, so many people that I've met along the way have kind of, you know, brought this apart. So one of the things that really changed me this year was I met a little girl, Macy Jones, who was a victim of severe child abuse. And I'm going to cry because like
Oh, well,
this is so insane, but she has permanent brain damage as a result of her injuries. And this couple they adopted her and they've changed her life, and one of the biggest things that she wanted to do was to go to a Dolphins game, and it's always been difficult because she has seizures on like over and over and over again. She has seizures all throughout the day, which
mm,
makes it very difficult for her to function. She doesn't have a whole lot of function in one of her arms, and so
poor thing.
her parents, God bless them so much, they brought her to the tailgate, and
Mhm.
she was instantly swarmed by everyone. You know, once the mom started sharing the story,
I've seen the pictures.
and it just changed me so much. Like so many things that happened that day, to see how that experience and meeting all of the super fans, and like she really wanted to see Luke Gorilla Quave. She really wanted to see him, and so he told her, "No one is ever going to hurt you again."
Oh,
And every time I've seen her since that, she's told me that, and it stuck with her. And so it just, you know, for me, it feels like, okay, super fans, you know, we dress up, we have rooms full of Dolphin stuff. We go to every game. We're literally obsessed with everything the team is doing. We know all the stats. We know all the play, you know, like we're obsessed, but at the same time, like we have the power to change someone's life like that. So she was one of the main influences for Dolphreaky's Friends Incorporated. So I'm just in the very, very beginning stages of, you know, going through the planning and like all of the government paperwork and all the stuff that goes along with that.
yeah.
So I'm almost ready to start, but I do need to like, you know, finish my website and everything. But I just want to, you know, do little things. Like I'm not anticipating that this is going to be a huge thing like TPP, but as I talked to Danny, he's like, that's what I
Yeah,
said too when I
that's
first
how it
started
always
it.
works, you
Yeah, so
know?
like buckle up your seatbelt because you know, you don't know what you're getting into now. And so I know like with the power of this fan base that this could, you know, be pretty big. So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I know the Dolphins fans, when the call is called upon, they answer.
Yeah.
And if it's things of positivity, especially with the fan base and the family it's in, um, I mean, you let me know when you're ready to go. I will always plug it. I'll put the link in the description. We'll put it in here. I'll make sure everyone, you know, rides along with it. It's important because, uh, you know, it's all in good fun, but this is, you know, season ticket holders are going to games and stuff. I mean, all that stuff, but you know, it's the next generation and who needs to come and who we can take. And when there's a gap to be filled in for someone that needs the help, if we can facilitate that in some way, that's what it is. You know, we
Exactly.
really want to set a better example because doing something is being bitter about how it was for anyone for the past is no way to grow into a better future. You just lead. That's it. If you
Yep.
do it right, it'll fall into place. And I think it's going to be very successful. I think it was a very smart idea. And I think you're going to be probably overwhelmed is what'll end up happening. You'll probably be overwhelmed, but it'll be so great. It's going to be an amazing thing. I can't wait to watch it blossom into the beauty that I know it's going to do. And you let me know. I'll be here to help. Me and all the guys will help you push anything you need. So if there's something coming around, I'll make sure everyone's sharing it. Everyone's trying to get it through. It's important, and we're about that good stuff. So
thank you so much.
No problem. I'm so excited too, because you got another event that you got coming up. Is the event on May 28th in Sanibel. I'm gonna be there, so I'm gonna see if I can facilitate the smoker. Maybe we'll smoke some stuff and have some things going. If we catch some fish, we could toss a fish right on there and get it going. I actually have the graphic, so if people are in the Southwest Florida area and wanna, connect and understand what it is to be just more than a fan, but a super fan. This is what it is. It's taking the fandom to the next level. I heard you when you said it. It's about taking the fandom to the next level of, you don't want to sound like it's a life thingy, but I know what you meant by it. It meant that the good things that come from where you find yourself is meant to be given away.
Right. And it's just like, I have, everything that I want. And I feel like I'm blessed enough that I should be able to share that and find like whatever my greater purpose is, And so all of this Dolphin stuff and all the things that have happened. I know a lot of people like kind of have followed me through the years, and there's a lot of people who are just seeing me for the first time now and like, what the heck is going on with this girl? But so many things have happened.
I think there's very few of those at this point. Dolphin.
That literally, like, the Dolphins community has become my life. Like, I literally I moved to Florida to be here so I could network with everyone and go to the games and have season tickets. I drive an orange car. I run the Southwest Florida Dolphin Club. Like, I'm doing all these things and I'm so like connected with everything. And I just felt like, what is the purpose of all of this? Like, I'm handling all of these different things. Like, let's turn it into something really good, for other people. Like, I was fortunate enough to have my dad bringing me to games. There's some kids who would die to go to a game. Like, let's make that happen. I have people all the time giving away tickets saying, I can't make it last minute. What do I do with these tickets? Like, let's have the network of families in need that we can give the tickets last minute and say, you can go. I want to do things like that. So there's like an underground railroad type of thing happening here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a facilitation of, we have something. Who's ready, and if they can do it, and people along the way can help them. And guys, right here is the Saturday, May 28th, at 9 a.m. Explain exactly which one of those islands it is. Yeah, so it's going to be the first island. Once you come onto the island, there's an island. There's like two islands on the causeway. So basically, the causeway is kind of like a land bridge that connects Fort Myers Beach to Sanibel and then Captiva. And so we're going to be posted up on the first island on the right-hand side. And it's just kind of like a gravelly, beachy area with a little bit of shade, and it's a public area, but it's so much fun. The water is so chill there. We just had such a great time last year. So this is our second annual event with the Southwest Florida Dolphin Club. And so last year it was, pretty small. It was our first time doing it, but we just had so much fun. We grilled, we cooked out, we drank to excess. Like, we just had so much fun. We had kayaks, running dolphin flags back and forth. And so this year I just wanted to be so much better. And so big shout out to my Southwest Florida Dolphin Club admins. They are working so hard to make sure that this is success. So everybody has like their own thing. And so not only are we having the beach bash on the 28th, that night we're having a bar crawl. So we've hooked up with some of the local Fort Myers Beach bars, and so we're gonna have a whole like mapped out thing, and we're just gonna go and party.
Is the lodge on that list?
I'm not gonna reveal the list yet.
Okay, all right, because if it's not, maybe I can get it. I can probably get it on that list if you wanted.
Yeah, we're focused more on like Fort Myers Beach area rather than the downtown area. Yeah, because we're down. For the sake of a lot of people are staying in Fort Myers Beach for this event, and we just want to be able to do kind of like a walking tour, so we don't have to worry about anybody driving or anything like that. Like, we obviously want this to be super safe and fun, and we just want to make it as kind of coherent as possible, but we also want people to come from everywhere. So even if you're not from the Southwest Florida area, you're always welcome. Everyone is welcome to this. We do have some
guys,
hotels that we can
there's
recommend.
there's the
It's gonna be
graphic
fun.
right there. Make sure to
Yeah.
come. It's gonna be fun. I will be there. I
It's gonna
promise.
be great.
I'm
I'm
gonna
so excited that
unless
you're
I'm sick
coming.
or something or hurt or something like that. I'm gonna be there. I'm
No
gonna bring
excuses,
my
okay?
kids. I'm gonna bring my kids. I'm gonna bring my old lady. I'm gonna bring my buddy with the
Yes.
truck. I'll see if I can get the kayak dug out. I'll make sure to bring the life of some party there too. So we'll show
That
up
is
with
what
some.
I'm talking
I'll
about.
get a
I want it to
couple.
be everything.
Yeah, I'll bring the flag. We'll have a good time. We'll have a
Yeah.
blast. We'll be there
We're
ready
gonna
to
have a
go
great
all
time.
day. Yeah. I'm about it. I'm about it.
I'm so
That's
excited.
this is what it's about too. And that's the thing of I believe of what's taken this to the next level. Because Color, one of the co-hosts on the show, he kind of made this observation about what social media and what TV was going to become was interactive television, where now it's like this is a virtual reality, but we take it to the next level of being a reality by having these kind of events and people meet up, and it's an amazing thing that it's growing into. And right now in the orange parking lot where they have it, it's a couple one of these things. But one day we're gonna show up there and it's gonna be the entire parking lot. And everyone's gonna have like I don't want to say like a system, but it's gonna be that big. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's
Yep.
gonna know everybody. It's gonna be an amazing thing, and it'll be great to celebrate because these guys are on their way up. This team looks good.
This team looks
The
good.
DCC.
Mhm.
So you got to do the TPP riding thing with all the guys. You got to. I seen. What was that when you got to ride down the slide inside there?
No.
When was that? When
So
was that?
last year, that was during the training camp tours. So they did these exclusive member tours of the new training facility, which I was like, there's no way in hell I'm missing this. Like,
I
I'm a gym
know.
freak. I was all about it, and it was so beautiful. Like the facility is just incredible. So if I don't know what they're doing with tours right now, but I'm imagining that you can probably contact your ticket rep and get a private tour at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But they had kind of these big group tours, and it was free, and we just walked all through the locker rooms, and we got to see all of the pools and all of the rehab stuff, and the gym is just incredible. Like, just picture your dream gym with all of the equipment times 10, with Dolphin logos on every orifice of the machinery, and a giant
Nice.
slide.
Nice. So
Just
when you're
slide so
tired,
fast.
you could just slide all the way down.
Yeah, we were like, what the heck is the purpose of this slide? And they're like, oh, for post leg day, when you're sore, you don't want to go downstairs. And I'm like, oh, I could totally
Brilliant.
relate, And
Brilliant.
so it was so much fun. So I brought my kids, and they like fully loved it. And we got to go into the training facility on the field and just see like everything that's going on there. But that was before training camp before last season.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you did the DCC, you got to meet some of the players. Javon Holland. Did you get to meet any other players? What other players did you get to see at all there? I know they had a couple guys there. I know Coach was there.
Coach was there, which was super cool. I did not get to meet him. In fact, I did see him, but at the time that I happened to see him, it looked like the family was kind of trying to get out of there. The wife was kind of like, get him out of here. Get him out of here now.
It's
Like,
time to go.
And so I'm like, I'm not going to be that person. So I didn't like rush up to him or anything, but I did take a picture of him. I did meet Javon Holland, which was awesome because he's like one of my favorites. So,
oh man, he's a superstar, that kid.
Yeah. And he was very kind. Like, he was like, yeah, of course I'll take a picture. No problem. We saw Jesse Davis. Jalen Phillips was out there. I just didn't, I didn't get pictures with them, but I just kind of saw them in passing. All of them were kind of with their families.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. You want the players to not feel overwhelmed at times too. They're people too.
Exactly.
Even though we're critical of them and we objectify them as athletes when on our team at times, and we curse their names, but they're still people in real life. This is their job, and they're with their families. You want them to feel comfortable. That's what it's about with the Miami community and the Dolphins community in a whole. You got NorCal was there. He said, I seen he did a great thing.
Our fan of the year, man.
Yes,
like NorCal, I can't say enough about NorCal. So NorCal is definitely like one of the people who kind of brought me into the fold with Fan Club Weekend and all of the festivities that he puts on with that, like all of the things that he's done for the fan base, connecting fans from all over the world, led to him being fan of the year. So like, it's amazing. And I was, obviously like we've been friends a long time. So it was great to be able to do the DCC with him and so many others, Big E, Danny Johnson, like obviously like the whole TPP crew was there. And I can't say enough about the Dolphin Cancer Challenge because it is such a fun event and so much money is raised for the University of Miami Sylvester Cancer Center. It's just wild. This was a record-breaking year. I don't know exactly how much they raised, but it was a record-breaking year. And so they have the bike ride and they have different levels of, how many miles you can do. So last year I did the 15 because I'm not like an avid cyclist, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And that was kind of like a leisurely like ride, throughout like like Miami Gardens areas, kind of like through the neighborhoods and stuff. And so this year I was like, well, let's, make make it more of a challenge.
Let's kick it up a notch.
Yeah, like give me something that I actually have to train for. So I did the 35 mile.
Wow.
And what I wasn't prepared for was the fact that there was drawbridges.
Oh, nice.
There was very steep hills that you go up. And so like the first two kind of just like kicked my ass. And then, I was really struggling. Like I've never had leg cramps like that before. And I work out daily and I'm like, this was a whole new challenge. But the Dolphins did such a good job. They make sure that the track is, very safe. They have police at every intersection. They have people to guide you. If you kind of fall behind, they're like, oh, you need to go a little faster or maybe fall back. They kind of help you along the course. So even if you take on too much of a challenge, they will help you along. And then there's the after party, which is really the best part of it for me, is where you get the opportunity to see these players and, mix and mingle with the other fans. And it's like a family event. They have stuff for the kids.
Everybody's all chill and tired.
Everyone's tired, exhausted, but the families are like, they haven't done anything. So they're like, yeah, and they're partying and listening to music and dancing. And they have all these sponsors there and they're giving away freebies and, painting the kids' faces. They have bounce houses. Like they really, really put together such a nice thing this year. So we all fully enjoyed that.
That's great. The Dolphins do it right when they do these events.
They do.
Stephen Ross, the one thing I noticed since his ownership has taken over was all of this part that has manifested itself. I have my own personal criticisms, obviously, but the way he's gotten the older players more involved in the operations on and off the field, outreach in the community and amongst the fans, it's first class, first act everywhere.
Yeah.
Other criticisms, we'll leave that for a different time because we're trying to talk nice about the man right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, after the whole like Coach Flo thing, like I was feeling pretty down for a little bit there. And then, they start bringing in some interesting coaches and we're like, okay, you're bringing in the fan favorites, trying to make us feel a little better. Okay.
Yeah. I just worry about, legal pending issues, but we'll see where that is. We won't worry about them for now. Yeah. Let's enjoy the nice things while they're nice. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah, we've had a lot of nice things lately.
Yes, thank goodness too. Something to feel good about. Because the fan base is just attack each other. I mean, and I we'll get on that in just a second. But 305 Sports, babe. I've seen her in the comments. Hi, 305.
Hi.
I love the show you're doing with the ladies. It's a great thing. More representation. Miss Finns is another one that does it on there. It's a great, there's, I have plenty of girls that are in the chat and stuff like that. It's good to keep the opinion all the way around because that kind of goes to the point I was just talking about, is that the fan base is at each other plenty. And in my short time of being here, which has only been a little over 4 months now, there's plenty of people that want to tell you don't know what you're looking at and that you're not allowed to talk in opinions. And it usually centers around the quarterback, which, okay, we understand, Yeah. But I think it's okay to be critical, not hateful. There is hateful people. We see
there is.
That is not
Absolutely.
acceptable. It's not acceptable.
And 305 Sports Babe and I, like, literally were just talking about this, how there is so much hate. And it's hard because every fan kind of sees the game from their own perspective. Some people are more analytical. Some people like understand the game like in and out. Some people kind of see it, from a little, maybe like a more shallow perspective or whatever it is, but we all see it differently. And so we are entitled to our opinions, all of us. We're all fans. We love this team no matter what we say, even if we're upset, we're down on the team. It's not that we're throwing in the towel. It's not that we're bad fans or whatever. It's just that we're entitled to our emotions about this because we give a crap, like we're entitled to what we feel. And so, especially with being women, and it is still like a very male dominated world, football is. So it's just, we do get a lot of that. Like, we get a lot of nasty comments. We get a lot of critiques on how we look, that we couldn't possibly know as much as, so-and-so. And it hurts us. But at the same time, we just have to brush it off. And, we know that we're just doing our thing. Like, we're just out here showing spirit how we do it.
And that's kind of what my get at was, is that this is how the perspective is never right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's allowed to have, it's not just an opinion, but it's an educated guess even at times. How can someone say that they don't know something? We're talking about literally perspective here. Now granted, some people have played more football, and again, just like you said, analytic or anything like that. But to devalue someone, and there seems to be like an agenda to gatekeep it. That's what I don't like. I don't like this agenda to try to box people out or box people into little places, because that stops conversations, that stops narratives, and there is no growth in that. That's the evil part. Now, it might not be in malicious intent, but that's how bad things like that fester.
There is a lot of malicious intent, unfortunately, out there. Like, we all tweet, constantly, like whatever we're thinking. And like, we have people who screenshot our tweets and say, oh, but on this day you said this, like, and now you're saying this. And I'm like, why? What is the purpose of belittling someone or making someone feel bad? Like, why do we do this? And especially because in Dolphin Nation, we all share this common interest, right? Like I said, we all give a crap about the Dolphins. So I understand, like, we can have differences in opinion, but there's also nicer ways to portray that. You don't have to publicly shame people. You don't have to, do this thing where you're like screenshotting people and like, posting them and like making people look like a fool. Like, we're all in this together. We're all family with a PH. It doesn't have to be, and of course, family, like being a family, you fight, right?
Family with a PH is beautiful. Family with a PH is beautiful.
And of course, every family fights. And at the end of the day, we make up and, whatever. So like, I would just challenge everyone out there. Just, if you come upon somebody who maybe doesn't see the game the same way that you do, like, just keep scrolling, just keep going,
I understand a little bit of pushback on things, and I understand even good banter. I even like a good old scrape. If it's a fight it out. But dogging, bullying, trying to, gotcha people and stuff like that, trying to I don't know if I'd call it cancel culture, but something to that effect in a way.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose other than someone to be scornful in a way. And it plays on the worst parts of humanity. Thus is the plight of man. You know what I'm saying? I know why they do it. It's because they feel weak and they have powerlessness in the real world, and they take it out on one that they feel they have an even stick in the fight. That's really what it comes down to.
And we all have this powerlessness when it comes to the Dolphins. Like, we're fans, okay? We can't control what's going on.
I can't go on the field. I can't call the plays, and I don't pay anybody on the field. I have no say so. We
have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. If you think about the amount of conversations that all of us have day to day, imagine all of that happening within the team, okay? Things are always happening. So I don't pretend to know what's going on. Sometimes I hear things and, sometimes I don't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
So, yeah, and everyone can, and look, even if somebody had something for certain and say you're telling someone the truth on something and they don't want to believe you, then why are you so worried about them not believing you? It's kind of a sticks and stones break your bones. Words don't hurt you. People need to turn the other cheek a little bit in some of these instances. And to me, that's why I wear the purple jacket, is because it's hilarity to me. They're taking it too seriously. This is meant to be for fun.
Right.
If this is giving you anger and hatred and these bad kind of things, or you want to be the arbiter of who's allowed in and out of the fan base, or you're able to say this person's got to go, you're taking it way too serious. But this is not Game of Thrones. This isn't how things work. Relax a little bit and maybe take a step back and understand that this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be an enjoyable thing. And it's, as parents, we bring kids to this stuff. We want them to have a good time. Don't get me wrong. My first Dolphins game was with my grandfather and my father, and I was probably around 7 years old, 8 years old, and we all got into a fight with some Bills fans, throwing beer. They got kicked out. It was a whole thing, completely different atmosphere when you're with a bunch of guys and it's visiting teams. And that don't happen no more either. There's no physical altercations in football arenas. I mean, there is, but not to this extent like it was in the 90s. Yeah. But it's where these memories are made, and it's like you said with the girl you were talking about earlier. It's where that part needs to take place, and that's the real part of the real world, and everything else in between should be more for fun. Now I get it. There's the banter, there's the fighting, but it's supposed to be a good time.
It is supposed to be a good time, and I just find that it's easier to focus on like the positive points of things, and so. It's very rare that you see Dolphreaky going off on something. Like I do try to find the positive points because that gets me through the day. Like life is tough, right? Like why? Yeah. Like
I got
why
stress.
overcomplicate it? We got stress. Like my day job is enough stress. That's why I do this. I do this because this is my escape. It's like my ulterior world and like my alter ego and all this stuff. It's fun for me.
You're preaching to the choir.
I love like connecting with fans, and it's fun. That's it.
That's it. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be all that. And then when you do that other real world stuff and you break the fourth wall and you're like, hey man, like don't let the blue hair, teal hair, purple jacket fool you. This is real things you're doing now. And I understand that, and it's helpful. You got to help people grow. This is it's a tricky thing. I've never been a computer person or this kind of thing. It's a real tricky thing with people and the interactions with it. So I think they just that's why I hope to see everybody at the stadium, because to me it's a good happy hello. Here's a burger. Let's talk some football, have a beer, and chill the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Throw football. That's what it's supposed to be.
And I love that we have the ability to create new fans. Okay, not just our children, but
yes.
Like, for example, my coworkers, most of them are not football fans, but I have so much fun, and they see all the fun that I'm having. They're like, I want to be a Dolphin fan too. And I'm like, okay, if that's what makes you a Dolphin fan because you want to have fun, let's go. And then we're going to really teach you about the Dolphins. You're going to learn all the history, and you're going to learn about the game, and then now you're going to be sucked in there like Dolphreaky. It's fun bringing people into the fold.
Yeah, and it is. And that's kind of the thing we're seeing slowly but surely, because the team is on the up. A lot of the older fan base who, maybe catches some games a year, but maybe they've lost touch with the Dolphins, and they're going to be finding their way back here. They're going to be new fans, younger fans, people who aren't fans going to pick the team because it's going to be relevant football and fun. I expect some playoff games. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be good. I think we
need to get some playoff games. We need to get us a Super Bowl because ultimately Super Bowls make fans, right?
Oh my goodness gracious.
But yeah, everybody's here for a different reason. Some people are here because they just liked the colors. They thought it was like, cool, and it brought them in. Or like I grew up watching football with my dad. And of course, while he was growing up, it was like the really good times. And so he is one of those people who've since kind of gotten away from it. And it like eats me up inside And it's not really something that we are sharing together anymore like we used to. Granted, we live 3 hours apart, so it's, but when he comes to the games, he's more of the type of fan who just wants to come in. He wants to watch the warm-ups. He wants to watch the game. He would rather watch the game at home so he could hear everything that's going on. He doesn't want to tailgate. He doesn't want to be seen with me.
So he doesn't want to sit here and shake a bunch of hands and have to do the whole thing. I get it. Yeah.
Somebody offers him a shot and he's like dumping it out. I'm like, oh my God, we are not the same. No. But that's the thing. Like, he raised me and we're not the same type of fan. Everybody is different. So I know that ultimately the Dolphins have to start winning again for my dad to be interested again. And I know it's sad, but like, that is the truth for a lot of the older fans.
I think it's a truth across the board. We've missed out on a younger generation that could have been Dolphin fans that maybe are only watching basketball, if any football at all, or they're different fans of different teams. My whole family are Dolphin fans, but even my uncles and my dad, they're not immense super fans as I am. Have they been or could they be? Absolutely. And you know what? If there was playoff football, if there was that kind of stuff, it would bring, again, the older ones, the new ones. And what you're doing is what we want them to find when they come here. Yeah. This is what we want them to see, this type of interaction. So the winning is the greatest.
Yeah.
But the experience and the family and the growth is really why you stay.
Yeah. And for me, like, the journey has been a huge part of it, because I know that when we finally get there, we finally are like on our way to the Super Bowl, like, I don't even know how that's going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll make it. It's been so long. Like, I think I've been a fan for like 22 years. I'm like, what does that feel like? And like the Bengals, I talk to their fans all the time. They have such a great fan base. All of them are so humble because they've been where we've been, right? Like, they've been long suffering. And I'm like, what does it feel like to get to the Super Bowl like this? And they are speechless. And someday we're going to be that way.
I can't wait. I can't wait, man. It's I never understood how people could leave their fan base for a different team. Now, if you stop watching football, fine. But if you're going to leave your fan base for a different team,
last year,
it's like turncoat.
Yeah. So last year I had a fan reach out to me and said, I'm done with the team. I'm like, I've been going back and forth with this and I'm done. I'm done now after all these years. And he's like, do you want my stuff? I'm like, yeah, I want your stuff. But I'm like, wait a minute. Like, do you want to think about this?
I know, it's like a divorce. Like, what are you doing here?
Right. Like, are you sure? Are you sure you really, really thought about that? And you want to give me all your stuff? And so I have some of his stuff here, And I'm like, of course I'll take care of it. And of course, if he ever wants to come back, I will give it back,
That's great.
But like, I hate that. I hate that when times get rough, people are like, they're actually exiting the building.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it because Florida, first of all, blue collared, for anyone who doesn't live in Florida. Florida's super, super blue collared. Everyone thinks it's just everyone's retired and doing that. No, it's a lot of blue collar. So the free time is fun time. And if it's not fun time, then they're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so when losing doesn't equate to fun, and I think that's kind of where we are a little bit in the fan base. The diehards might have a little bit of just venom because of the beating. And I understand that. I've had the venom and then went beyond the venom. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm cool now. I get it, but because it could ruin. I used to be a guy a few years back where Dolphins lose on Sunday. I'm mean and just not myself all week. And then come Saturday, Friday, I'm watching all the stuff. I'm getting amped up. I'm talking myself into a win. Saturday, I'm ready. Sunday, I'm there watching the game. And if we lost, I was like, wow, I lose this. Now, I never turn my back on the team, obviously, but I think that vitriol, it just, I get it. But
I mean, you can ask my husband the same way. Like, I'm so affected by what happens on the field.
We're sad.
Off. Okay. Like, and this was always a part of when I was growing up too. Like, my dad would watch football and he subscribed to the Sunday ticket so that he could watch the Dolphin games in Pennsylvania. And that was like, football was what Sundays were about. Like, you couldn't bother him for anything at all.
That's the one rule I have in my house is Sundays is for football.
Sacred. Yep.
That's it.
And nowadays, Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, like sometimes Saturdays, like
whenever
it's
the
all
Dolphins
sacred.
were playing, I have like, I'm like, listen, guys, this is all Daddy asks you from around here. Anything you guys, I'll just this 8-hour, 6-hour window before and after. Let me have this, please.
Yeah.
Everything else you guys could have,
Agreed. And my dad, like, so if the Dolphins lost, we ate dinner in silence. We all just picked out our food. Nobody talked. And it's so funny because now that's happening in my household.
It's a way of life as we pass it on into our families. I'm sure we'll see our children as we're older doing the same things we did.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the team. Speaking of sadness, I seen you were upset when we lost Devontae Parker.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like he's been with us, what, 7 years? It's just, it sucks to see, one of the longer guys that have been with us leave. And Devontae has been one of my favorite players for a while. Granted, I understand he hasn't had a whole lot of playing time recently. But yet, when he did play, he was great. I mean, if you look at his stats, it's like, okay, those stats are based off of like playing half the season. So, I mean, I do feel like it's a loss, but at the same time, like, would I rather have Tyreek Hill or Devontae Parker?
Yeah.
We won. But yeah.
I think with Devontae and from it was just time, if you look at it for the money, if you're a Patriots fan, you're looking, okay, I got Devontae Parker for 2 years for $12 million. Even with the injuries, you almost certainly are going to miss some football games. You're going to miss at least 2, and come out early. Some of the other ones or be deactivated, but for the money, it's worth it. But I think it was just time to move off of him. There's something else moving, and systematically, I think it's going to be a lot of tight windows, small stuff, and I just don't think he was going to. I think they just were ready to move off of his personality, to be honest.
Yeah. I think especially after they extended X, like I even said to my husband, I'm like, oh, this might be the writing on the wall for DVP, and then boom.
Yes, and that was actually my next thing. X 5 years, 90 mil. I'm ecstatic about it. I know. Yeah. I mean, 2 years ago, I would have traded X for the 2 picks and, had 10 first-round picks back when we did all those trades. But once we kept them, I was like, well, now we just got to keep this guy. And now he's figured his body out. He's really good physically now. And I hope he does what he says. He quoted, he wants to retire as a Dolphin, win a Super Bowl as a Dolphin, and hopefully get a gold jacket as one.
We want those guys that are motivated like that. And unfortunately, some guys are motivated by money. And so like a lot of, that back and forth that was going on with his contract stuff last season, was a distraction. Now he's got what he's wanting, right? So let's go.
Yes.
Like, let's see it.
And we've seen when Xavier Howard's happy, he plays happy. And the guy is elite. And I seen another thing in an article I read earlier. I think it was on Sports Illustrated where they were talking in depth about it. And the Dolphins now expect him to take more of that leadership role. And with, Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain being back there, they're going to be around this guy. Those were leaders on this team back in the day. It's a good thing, too, because I feel like I'm worried about the defense. I'll be completely honest. I'm worried about Boyer. I don't trust him. I feel like the narrative has completely flip-flopped when we were all in the season saying Boyer's calling bad plays, and then Flores took it over. Now Flores is gone. Now it's vice versa. No, it was Flores calling bad plays, and Boyer took over. I don't know. Don't really care because now it's Boyer's to prove that he can handle the job. But I still worry because our defensive mastermind guy kind of came in and set the defense. I'm happier with the head coach and the direction of the football team, especially from an offense that was just, I don't know what I would say it was like a 30% offense because we saw some of it good and the rest, I don't know what the heck it was.
I think with Boyer, it's kind of a good thing to have like a little bit of consistency, especially because the defense wasn't a huge pain point last year. I just think I'm sure he's going to carry on what they were working on last season, and you can build on from there. And if that doesn't work, then move on, next year. But I think a little bit of consistency with the coaching is a good thing, because they do put in a lot of work, and you want to see that like come to fruition once the groundwork is set. So we'll see how that goes with the defense.
So yeah, I think Chris Greer's done an amazing job as far as lightening the load for his offensive-minded coach that's coming in, keeping the consistency with Boyer, running the same defense, and then keeping everybody on the defense. I mean, everyone's there. They signed all the linebackers, Ogbah, which now in the perspective, I think it's getting lost on everybody how important of a signing that was.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have him on this team for the money that we're paying him, how huge of a hole that would be to fill. And we don't have draft picks now. So we would be in trouble. So
this is so crazy. Like, I know you're probably going to get to this, but like the not having the draft picks thing feels weird, right? Like normally right now we're like preparing our mock drafts and everything. And now we're like, are we doing that?
Yeah, I know. My brother-in-law is coming. It's my daughter's 12th birthday coming up here real soon. And the family's coming for Easter, and we're going to do it all at the same time. And my brother, Brandon the bookie, he does some shows on here. Him and I we were going to do our draft breakdown of everything. Now we're just trying to figure out how we're going to do it, So we're going to still do some stuff, but listen, I'll take Tyreek Hill. I don't want to cry over spilt Tyreek Hill. I don't want to cry over spilt Tyreek Hill, because how amazing is this offense going to look with these types of elite speed and talent on here? I'm excited.
On paper, and it looks all right?
It does. If not
for the stuff, like I'm hearing some things from the off-season workout so far, and they're happy. They're all happy. It feels good. Everybody's
I see that. And Tua looks freaking big, boy. He looks big. He looks like and I said this to Mike today, Mike on the mic, and we were talking. We were like, Tua looks a little different in his eyes. It looks like he's ready to start showing people something. There's some determination hidden behind his eyes. And I've been very critical. I've been very critical of Tua, along with everyone else. Now, I don't like outside fans being critical of him, telling that he can't do things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't allowed. You can't tell my uncle that he can't do. The family's only allowed to criticize family. But I think there's no doubt we've seen the lack of offensive, not just weapons, but confusion, the line.
Line. I mean, the line is just like that. He can't succeed with that line. All right. So I don't usually like talk shit on players when they leave, but like Jesse Davis, bye. We won't miss you. It's like little pieces like that. Like we're like, we're watching the tape back after the games, and we're like, what the heck's he doing?
I don't know. And when you think of how
over there.
Not only that, or just completely miss, like just stand up a half a second late. The guy's already around him.
You did not do your job, right? If you're not doing your job, you're going to get fired.
Not apparently not. Well, I mean now, but not all year.
Now is the time we're not dealing with it anymore. So
we can't have that. And and I think about like Solomon Kinley, like when he played his rookie year, and then we got Jesse. Like there was moving Liam Eichenberg all over the line. The poor kid, just everything.
Yeah, mass confusion. And like Tua didn't really stand a chance, but now we're seeing Tua doesn't have any more excuses now. Okay, we're fixing the line. We've got the weapons. You've got Waddle and Cheetah. Like, what more do you want now, right? Like, we want to see it. We want to see the Tua from college that everyone talked about. And like, poor Tua's been surrounded by this drama from the very beginning since we drafted him, right? And then just always compared to his rookie class, like constant. Then having to, compete with Ryan Fitzpatrick that first year, and that whole thing was just so confusing. Like, we're like, what is going on here? And now we hear this whole crap about, Coach Flo maybe not getting along with him, or maybe like, potentially
sabotage.
sabotage. And you're like,
Yes.
what? So we
Yes.
have not seen Tua in a system that was set up to make him succeed. And I just want to see it this year. I want to see what it looks like.
Well, there's times, I mean, listen, the deck absolutely is stacked against the kid coming in with the injury that he had. I think we all tempered expectations. We thought, hey, let's give this kid the year, let him sit, we'll watch the Fitz show. We were prepared for it. They jumped the gun, they put him in. Now, you gave us a taste, we got to have the rest. Unfair pressure, and it seems like for whatever reason the path that they were on was averted, and we know why. It was Deshaun Watson, and it understandably, great talent. Now, in the retrospect of things, we'll see where that shakes out, but the loss of vision, it was almost like that the offense had just nothing to work with. I think we're going to see, even from just the running backs we brought in, Lynn Bowden Jr., everything is going to have, there's so many weapons. I've never seen such a weaponized offense in Miami across the board, with not only potential talent, but proven talent, and there's depth. Chris Greer has done an amazing job, giving obviously options to Mike McDaniel, and them two are building an offense. The coaching staff with Wes Welker, ex-players. I don't know how people can't be jacked up for it. I'm very, very excited. It seems like there's quite a few players on this team right now that you can buy jerseys and keep them for a few years.
Yeah.
And that these are going to be jerseys you're going to be proud to wear, because I expect to see some real football being played in Miami this year. And the run game, I'm excited about the run game.
Yeah, me too. Especially, it's nice to see. So Coach McDaniel comes in here, right? And he's like something we haven't seen before, right?
Different cat.
And then he starts talking, and he's like telling Tua, I'm going to make sure we bring out the best in you. I'm going to give you everything you need. We're going to, make sure this is going to work around you, and we're going to build that system around you. And then he starts bringing in, like, Raheem, he brings from the 49ers, like, he's already familiar. They've already worked together. They have a successful offense, like, with the 49ers, and you're like, okay, yeah. And it all just seems like he's got to work so fast. Like,
yeah, it seems like there was a real plan in place, and the ground shifted, maneuvered, and I forget, I think it was like on Get Up, or no, it was on Good Morning Football. I think Peter Schrager said it. He goes, the Dolphins have overnight seemingly went from a defensive team to an offensive team, but we didn't lose anybody on the defense.
Yeah.
This is the most amazing. We went from being what we were on defense, didn't lose nobody. Now, granted, I still think we need some addressing at middle linebacker. I think we both can agree upon that, but I don't think Chris Greer's going to not address it. That's the great part.
Right. We're not even close to being done yet.
Yes, and that's another. There's lots of rumors, lots of stuff.
It's been quiet for like 2 days, so
that's when it's getting ready to heat up.
Yeah.
Dolphins are very good at staying relevant, aren't they?
Yeah.
They know how to shake it loose. They know how to, as soon as you think that, all right, they're going to calm down, bam, they're at the top of the list on all social media sites.
You're right. I feel like this drama kind of follows us. Like, we always have so much drama, right? Everyone knows the Dolphins are drama. Like,
if it isn't amazing good things, it's amazingly bad ones. I mean, if it's not a scandal, it's a signing of some greatness.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it. I'm going to run through the rundowns. I'm going to bring on Big John, who's in the back. I'm sure he's got some questions and stuff, but real quick, guys, everybody who's watching, make sure you're hitting the like button, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hit that like button. Come back and make sure you're catching Tonk 7's TMI Tuesday, live at 9 with Tonk 7 and color commentary. Right after that, you got Open Mic with Mike on the mic. Catch him again on Saturdays with Drop the Mic. Thursday night, late night color commentary. Going to see that tomorrow. Color will be giving away the last hat, everybody. And then we'll give away the jersey on Friday. Also, you can catch TFTG, the Fins Tailgate, every other night of the week. Yeah, we hit over 1,000, gave away a bunch of hats. We got one last hat to give away. And Friday, I'm giving away a jersey. I haven't decided which jersey I'm going to get from Fanatics yet, but I think it's going to be either Javon Holland, Tyreek Hill, or Jalen Waddle. Something tells me it's going to be that Tyreek Hill, though.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a good idea.
so yeah, give it away to a lucky fan. Big John, you ready to come up here, buddy? Let's do it. What's going on, Big John? You're on mute. You're not that ready. There you go. What's going on, my brother?
I was ready. It's just Mini Me was here. She just left.
Oh, yeah.
Dolphreaky saw her, bro. She went around Jesse Davis, right? Everybody saw that picture.
Yeah, he's got the little one around there, rascaling around. She's been able to sack Tua lined up across from Jesse Davis. So we knew it was time to move off of Jesse Davis when he's allowing toddlers to just manhandle our quarterback.
When my daughter knows how to fall forward and he can't fall backwards, we got a problem.
It's not looking good. So I'm gonna drop the link for people who want to come on and talk and get on the tailgate party. We are in full swing, everybody. I'm excited for the beach bash, Dolphreaky. I can't wait to do it. I'm wondering, when I did the tailgate party, we did hot dogs, hamburgers, and smoked pork butt. I think I might do the pork butt again because off the smoker, I think I might do that again. I'll talk to my buddy and hopefully he can come because that's what everybody just dies for it. So
yeah, really and I got my buddy Keith Matheny, one of my admins. He's going to be grilling, and I just hope that everybody will kind of bring stuff, and it'll feel like a tailgate on the beach. Like I just basically want to make it like East 12, but on the beach, and I want us all in the water, and I want people with their their floaties and their kayaks, and like bring all your stuff, like bring your beach stuff, your tailgate stuff, like pack it all up, and let's go.
Yeah, let's get there, throw some tents up. Let's just camp out in this mud real quick.
I got a bunch of cute girls. I got 305 Sports Babe coming. Like we got all these like fun people coming out. So it'll be a really, really, really fun time.
Bring some fishing poles. Hopefully I catch something nice. We'll grill that up real quick too.
Yes.
That'll be real fun.
Fish. We got a DJ. Oh my God.
Yes, I seen the DJ.
Yeah, so we actually are having a DJ, and this is going to be, just take it to the next level. Because last time it was just like we had our little boom box, and we're like on our phones, just like changing through Pandora and stuff. But no, this time we're having like a full party, so it's going to be awesome.
Well, this is where it starts. This is only the second one. Let's make sure it's a massive one. And make it the thing that you want it to be. I'm excited for it. So
me too. And we'll do some raffles. Like we're planning to do a 50-50 raffle. We're gonna have some stuff for sale, and then we're gonna have some stuff to raffle off because we always try to tie in all of our Southwest Florida events. We try to tie back into charity. We want to make sure we're giving to the local community this time. So we're thinking of making a donation to a local food kitchen, in the area. And then we also heavily support the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. So a lot of our previous, like our watch parties that we do during the season for away games, which we only do away games because most of us go to the home games. So there's that. But all of our fundraising pretty much goes towards the DCC during the season. So we said, okay, in the off season, like let's do something local. So we have a lot of things in the works. There's a lot of moving parts to these types of things.
I also see the Humane Society and stuff, all that good stuff. That's great.
Yeah, that's just something that's close to my heart. Like I live like a block from the Humane Society. I
literally live right next to Humane Society too. My neighbors right behind me. There's 3 daughters and the mother. The daughter, they all donate time at the Humane Society right there.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I want us to be able to like donate time, and I want to be able to like donate supplies. And we've done a lot of things in this area with St. Matthew's House, which is like a local shelter. And then they have like a thrift store, and they have a food pantry there and stuff. So we've done that type of thing during Thanksgiving. And we're just a small club right now. So like we don't have a whole lot of members. And especially when the team is losing, the clubs don't do so well. Yeah. And so we had a huge drop in attendance once the losing streak was happening. So hopefully this year we're winning. We're bringing more people in. We're getting,
you know what? And that's something I'd like to change too, that hopefully over, a year or two or whatever, win or lose, this continues either way, because when the win comes, the jubilation will be all the sweeter. I'm going to pull up the graphic again so everybody can see when it is. It's Saturday, May 28th, 2022, which, I don't know why I got to say what year it is, but at 9 o'clock, you guys can show up anytime after 9. I'm going to get there ASAP. We'll make sure we're loud, proud. You can't miss us as you're coming into Sanibel.
Yeah, I want to see all the Dolphin bathing suits, beach towels. Like, bring all of your Dolphin swag.
I'll bring my TFTG, the Fins tailgate. I got a purple flag, so I'll try to fly it high up. You can't miss a purple flag, and so you see the purple flag, you'll be able to find it and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get some stuff. I've got a real close friend of mine, huge fan of yours, co-host of Go Time Dolphins, Kadeem Simmons, bringing him on. What's happening, Kadeem?
Hey.
My brother, what's up?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh man, doing great. I'm glad you were able to stop in, Kadeem.
Yeah, it's way past my bedtime, but
Kadeem is in England, so it's like what?
10 past 4 in the morning.
Oh my goodness!
So he stayed on especially late for you, Dolphreaky. So
thanks, Kadeem.
You're welcome.
Kadeem represents the Dolphins in the UK, and Kadeem, that's amazing, brother. Thank you.
No, again, like Dolphins talking, regardless of time, I'll make sure I'm here at some point. And Chris, I love the show. I'm always in the background, just saying hi, share likes of grab and stuff like that. And with a guest like Dolphreaky, I thought I'd come in and hey.
That's great, man.
I have my UK flag hanging up right here. Like, I have so much love for that fan club out there. They're just so awesome. Like, you guys really you guys are repping as hard as we do down here. We live here, but you guys are doing it like miles and miles away overseas. Like, I love it. I love to see that.
I love the energy because it seems like to me the UK Dolphins have really taken onus that, hey, there's not a lot of NFL representation here. So we're going to represent it big time. It seems like, when the Dolphins are over there, well embraced. Charlie's talked to me about it, Kadeem's co-host and stuff, and Kadeem sees it up front. So it's awesome, man. It really, really is.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever the Dolphins are in London, it basically becomes a home game. The stadium's full of Dolphin fans. They do, really good parties beforehand and afterhand and stuff like that. And even though I'll be randomly walking down the street and someone will stop me saying, "Hey, I was a Dolphins fan, in the 70s, 80s, 90s. I remember Dan Marie, all that kind of stuff." It's amazing how many Dolphin fans are actually in London. It's actually quite scary, to be fair.
That is so cool.
It really is. I'm going to bring on next color commentary, co-host, team member, color commentary. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing, Dolphreaky? How you doing, Kadeem? Big John? How's everybody tonight?
Really good.
That's good to hear. So I'm one of those ones that like comes up with these odd questions because I get fascinated by the little stuff, So I got 2 questions about your hair that I'm dying to know. Okay. So number 1, did you do it yourself or did you have it professionally done?
So this is a wig. So it's
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to.
Here, I'll put you on the solo screen.
I'll try to show this.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the setup. It's amazing.
I can change my hair in 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Any way I want. So it's amazing.
So I guess that kind of answers my second question. I was going to ask if you actually had the dye, if you took the HTML color code and had it actually matched. For
no, and I totally would do something like that because I want everything to be like precise and like color matched, but the amount of time and energy and like how much damage would be sustained to my hair, like my actual hair, which is like dark brownish, blackish. I wasn't willing to do it. I'm pretty sure if I did this as often as I would need to during football season, I would have no hair left because I have to bleach it. Bleach and dye. It's all like terrible to your hair. So for me, this is just so easy. And I get these wigs on Amazon. Like it's it's not like massively expensive, and they're fairly comfortable. I can change my look every game if I want. If I want to wear a pink one, I wear a pink one. If I want to wear orange, whatever. So I just bought a new one yesterday, and it's like super long, like it's almost down to the floor. And I was like, I want to do something different, right? But then I was like walking around the house with it, and my kids are like trying to like get inside it, and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work at all, like in a game.
Nah, you get out there and you're swinging around like a heavy metal band and stuff like that. That'll be awesome.
I was like, maybe we could braid this and just have like one big long braid.
Ooh.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Is there a way to make it into dreadlocks?
Maybe. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I could probably have someone do that.
And so, my last question is, I always ask every guest we have how they came up with their name. So if you're willing to answer that, that's that'd be cool.
Yeah. So this Dolphreaky thing is not something that I ever thought would stick. So this whole thing goes back to like, I want to say it was like 2009 or something, when I did this contest with DirecTV, and you had to like write a song, or not write a song, but like do a video. And so you do a video and you write an essay and you explain why you are the ultimate displaced fan. And so I was living in Pennsylvania at the time, and I had my bedroom all done up like this. I was like 19, and I'm coming up with this idea for the video. I didn't want to just do like a tour of my room, because compared to like a lot of other people's fan rooms, like it was pretty weak at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to do a dance, and I'm going to like make a rap name.
Nice.
And so it started off as Dolphreaky Finizzle. So there's like a 2-part.
Nice.
And then like it just took off, and I'm like, you know what? Just like cut off the Finizzle part. We're just going to stick with Dolphreaky. And so Dolphreaky in the beginning wore like a freaky wig. Like it was very spiky and like half orange, half aqua. And I've done all kinds of like freaky type of like, not freaky in like the sexual sense. I just want to like stop it right there, because a lot of that stuff,
Get your mind out of the gutter, boys. Get your mind out of the gutters.
Well, I actually happen to have the definition of freak pulled up on my already saved on my browser.
What is it, Color? Go ahead.
And so because I was thinking about the difference in spelling with the PH spelling, and there actually is there is actually a root in our English vernacular, American vernacular, that is aside from the Dolphins, that was created in the early mid 70s, and basically, so I'll start with the definition of the word that's spelled with an F, as applies to the context that I'm getting to, is basically a person or animal on exhibition as an example of a strange deviation from nature, i.e. a monster. But I was thinking more like,
I don't know, I kind of like that definition.
I was thinking more like a ghost or an enigma, or like a ghost in the machine, in the sense that when the word adopted a PH spelling, it was because when they, in the early 70s, a couple guys by the name of Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs were involved with another hacker before the AT&T network became digitized in 1984. They could actually, there was a guy named Captain Kangaroo that could actually whistle into a phone the different tones and be able to create all these party lines for free. These long distance party lines.
You'll never get information like this anywhere.
I'm absorbing all of
it.
That's right. You'll never get it.
So after he demonstrated that you could whistle into the phone and connect these long distance lines, he created this box where people could actually hook it up to the phone wires and dial these party lines and talk to each other without AT&T even knowing it, all the way across the world. So like all these party lines were set up in like the White House, into all these other exclusive places. And that's basically, in its infancy, what we know now is kind of like the World Wide Web, and how it began with all the chat sessions and all that. But that all being said, the box, when you hooked it up to a phone line, and you could inject the tones, that was called phone freaking, spelled with a PH. Well, freaking because they take the PH from phone and freaking
Oh,
and put it together and call it freaking. Right?
interesting.
So that's what I
Yes,
mean by like
that's
more
what
like
you-
a
you know
ghost
what
in
color?
a ghost in the
You hit it-
machine
you
as
hit
a
it
part
right
of,
on the
like an
head.
enigma. You know what I mean? So I thought it was quite fascinating that, we adopt kind of as Dolphin fans, we like to replace F's with PHs in a lot of different things. So
In
I just thought
everything
that
we
was kind of
can. Yeah.
fascinating.
That is awesome information. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
You know
like
what,
a lot of people
Dolphreaky?
ask
I
me
would
that
tell
question.
I would tell everyone from here on out that that's why you did it. That all of this information, it was at 19. This was the idea. We'll back you up. Everybody here will say, yeah, that's what it's your story now.
All right, yeah. Now I can definitely add to my story.
There you go. We've got Alex in the back. I'm gonna bring Alex up. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, good evening, guys. How you doing, Dolphreaky? How you doing?
Hey,
Big
how are
John, Chris,
What up, man?
What's up, Alex?
color commentary, Kadeem.
Hey,
How you doing,
What's going
Alex?
on, guys? Is getting off another tough loss tonight after watching the Nets come back and just beat the Knicks, man. Oh my God.
I don't want to hear it, bro. I do not want to hear it. I already told you to get off of that, bro. I already told you, stop it. You love torturing. You love torturing yourself, bro.
Alex
you
is a
love,
Knicks fan, so
you love pain, bro.
And-
You just love to
and-
hurt
he's a
yourself.
masochist
And
or a
Dolphreaky,
sadist,
I
one
was
of the two.
I've been the one communicating with you on IG about the Islanders. I was the one
yeah.
that
Ow!
was me. That was she's a Rangers fan.
Yeah,
She's a Rangers fan, guys.
We suffered a
So-
pretty bad loss to the Islanders the other day. I was a little bit down on my luck.
And we play them again on the 21st. But at least one thing is that the Rangers are going to go to the playoffs. The Islanders are not going to the playoffs. So.
Yeah, yes. Let's go Rangers.
But I'm just excited about this year, man. I just can't wait till the season starts.
Me too.
You know,
me too.
just the not to worry. I have a feeling that they're gonna jump into the second round to pick somebody. I think they're not gonna wait till the third round to pick somebody. I got a feeling they're gonna make a splash and get back in the second round.
So you think the Dolphins might do some form of packaging and move up into the second round? Who would you think that they would target if they were going to do that? Because it would,
I haven't really looked into the second round guys too much. You know,
you don't have to give me a guy. What the position? Like if they're going to go
maybe
up,
maybe a center or a middle or inside linebacker. Because that's what we need the most is the inside linebacker.
I think the inside linebacker. If they found somebody, if one of these top, I don't want to say top tier, but one of these better inside linebackers are there in striking distance in the second round, I hope they would go up and get them because that seems to me even more than center. I know everybody wants JC Treader, and I do too. I don't want to pay him the money he wants. I'm hearing the money he wants is not money I would want to pay, and there's medical as well. But to me, the missing element is if you give another linebacker on this defense that you can find answers inside the defense, it's on cruise control as far as McDaniel's able to concentrate all of his energy on the offensive side of the ball without neglecting the defense.
That is true. I'm right there with you. You know, and I'm nothing is just what was also big was, the X signing, re-signing and bringing him back, and he already said that he's ready to retire as a Dolphin. You know, that's telling. Jimmy Johnson always once said, you have to take care of your own before you can take care of others.
Mhm.
And then that was the one thing that but other than that, it's really exciting and nothing as a former season ticket holder, because obviously I'm not gonna be able. I had to cancel my season tickets because of my move to Texas, my family. So I don't
That's
forget.
all right.
I gotta give it up to you. You know, you went on the rant earlier this season about the way the fan experience was. It has changed from what it once was to now, because I've been the season ticket holder since 2016, and they had a lot of things that they used to do. My first year that we got VIP to training camp. Also, They had watch parties at the stadiums as well. And a lot of things has changed. And you right there, young lady. You really hit the nail on the head with that. And I appreciate you coming out and coming on a rant and siding with us on this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I really just got so fired up after the Tampa game. And it had been something that I've been like noticing for a while, that like the fan experience was very different in Hard Rock Stadium, like very much subdued. And I didn't know how much of that was directly related to COVID. And of course, some of it was. But after I had been to Tampa and seeing how their fan experience was so interactive, and they have their guys like on the field, like the equivalent of our Fins Force, and they're throwing koozies and beads, and the fans are like dying to grab that stuff, and the kids are like super engaged, and everyone was just the place was sold out. They had this giant pirate ship there, and they have their super fans like in the pirate ship, like throwing stuff down, interacting with the fans. Like everything was just so over the top. And I knew that, like, okay, yeah, they had just won the Super Bowl. Like, that's the kind of stuff that happens after you win a Super Bowl, right? But no, what I didn't fully realize was, until after a member of the Fins Force had come to me at that game and was like, look what's happening here. Like, we're not allowed to do this anymore. They've specifically told us we can't do this. Then that's when I got mad. And I'm like, why are we any different than any other NFL team? Why do we get a less, fan experience? We pay all this money for our season tickets. And as a kid,
Exactly.
when you're there for your first time or whatever, like you come home with this t-shirt and you show your friends and you're like, yeah, look, like I'm a Dolphins fan. That's the beginning for some kids. It's not always about the actual what's happening on the field that creates child fans. It's the koozies and the dopey stuff, right?
Yeah, it's very rarely what
Exactly.
happens on the field for younger kids.
Yeah.
It's the fun and the experience and stuff like that. I've been to Tampa bunch of times, watched the Dolphins. I lived in Central Florida, so I've been to Jacksonville and Tampa a lot to watch them when they played against.
Yeah,
them.
and I was.
It is a different experience at that Tampa stadium.
Yeah,
it's a little bit different of a lifestyle on the West Coast.
One thing I was really disappointed about, this year is I was in the club level. I moved around a lot the last couple of years of being a season ticket holder. I went from the 300 section to the 150 to 153 up to the 200, the club section, the quarter end zone, right? And they had the dry snacks and the drinks included. The drinks were fine, unlimited soda. I'm okay with that. I'll pay $7,000 with the parking for that. That's fine for the tickets. But what was really disappointing is the snacks. They said that you get dry snacks for free. Do you know what the dry snacks were? The popcorn. The cheddar popcorn in the black bag that you get from Publix, and the roll gold pretzels.
Yeah.
Those were the dry snacks that they gave us inside in the corner inside the end zone right there in that place. So my wife went on a rant too to our representative about it, but there's nothing they can do. That's just what it was.
Yeah, there's been so many things like that, like not just like the freebies and stuff that they did away with, but just in general how the crowd kind of like used to know what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, be quiet on offense, be loud on third down, like all of those things. Like we would be sitting there at the game and like people have no idea how to behave in here. There was no guidance. So if
do you know that? Dolphin,
I know how to behave. I'm getting loud the whole time. I don't care. I don't care.
At the Buffalo game, I was told to sit down twice on third downs by the ushers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, where did this come from?
This is definitely been a problem. We've had this too. Yeah, so in the section that I sit, it's called the deep end, and it's a designated standing section, and this has been drama for years. And at one point, there was like a big blowout where they were asked to sit down, and members just walked off. They're like, "We're not sitting down. Like that's not what we do here, right?" So after that whole thing went, the Dolphins said, "Okay, this is going to be, you the first 4 rows of you guys can stand," and we still. Every game this season have gotten attacked by home and visiting fans. You're blocking our view, blah, 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 blah. And it's gotten to the point where they've almost tried to kick out members of the deep end. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, you guys said that we can stand, and now you're kicking us out? Like, where's the rule? Like, every time a new usher comes, we forget what the rule is down there. And, of course, like, I understand people buy tickets, and they do sometimes buy them off Ticketmaster or whatever, and they get stuck behind the deep end, and I feel bad for them, Like, I've even gone to some lengths as to, like, move people myself because I felt bad. And I don't want to have those altercations back and forth. But yeah, like on third down, every Dolphin butt should be out of the seat.
Yelling.
My husband would sit there and I'm like, get up! What are you doing?
Yeah,
Every Dolphin butt.
I've actually hit my wife a couple. I've actually hit my wife by an accident a couple of times when I'm yelling on third downs, and I'm like, like on the X fumble. On returning the Baltimore Ravens game, I accidentally smacked my wife in the face because I was yelling and screaming. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it.
And you know what, Dolphreaky, I'm glad you point that out because I've been saying that a lot too. Is like
Color's been saying this a lot.
You go to the stadium and it's like you hear the foghorn on third down, and it's like you could hear a pin drop. I'm like, the very first game I ever went to was in 1990 against the Seahawks, and it was week 15 or something like that, and we had already wrapped up our spot in the playoffs. The game was meaningless, right? And I mean, you couldn't hear yourself on third down in a game that was totally meaningless. The stadium was packed, and it was like, I mean, I haven't experienced that in many years.
I'll tell you a funny story too after you're done, Color.
I kind of agree that there's kind of a, they want people to sit and enjoy it, not partake in it as much. Because I was going in there, not any rowdy or anything like that, but I was wearing a purple jacket. But I mean, I got pretty searched on my way in and screamed at and stuff like that. It's a whole, I don't know what's going on with that whole thing.
That was a part of like the whole point of the rant was not about freebies and about bringing the mascot back. It was just that as the fans, we create our home field advantage with the noise that we bring, with the energy we bring, the way that we show appreciation for the
t-shirt
team.
toss too. They used to do the t-shirt toss and the beads.
They did away with that.
They did away with that, exactly.
The mascot used to hype people up. The Fin scores hype people up, and then we got loud when we needed to, and we showed the team we're in it. We're watching. We care about what you guys do. This means something to us. Versus everybody just sitting there. They're like, well, the fans don't care. What do we care? We're just getting our paychecks. We're showing up. We're doing our work, and we're leaving. And I think that's what was happening there.
I remember when you kind of said some of that. I'm going to bring Tony in next too. So
what's
up, Tony?
I got a little story to tell you guys.
Hold on, Alex. What were you going to say, Kadeem?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to shoot because it's 4:30 and I've got gym in the morning, so I need to go to bed. But guys, as always, thank you very much.
Love the Stone Cold shirts, Kadeem. Love the Stone Cold shirt.
Yeah, Kadeem. I'll see you, my brother.
Yeah, guys.
Good night, man.
Everybody go check out Go Time Dolphins, everyone.
When you guys are in London, Dolphreaky, Color, Chris, first pints on me.
Oh, man, I'm there, brother. Right. You know, Capitan. Later, brother.
Hey, Chris, can I say something
up,
about what you guys? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
I want you. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna agree with me on this. You know why the fan experience has changed? It's because it's coming from the top. They're pricing out they're starting to price out the people. They want more corporate fans in the stadium instead of the I don't want to say street level fans, but
I know what you mean, Tony. You're absolutely right. The divide of the customer that's in the stadium is stretching away, and it's losing what it's about. This is a gladiator arena. It's supposed to get crazy. Now, it's not supposed to be violent amongst the fans, but the fans have a part to play. And if they push this out and they create a class system, essentially, we're gonna lose this part in heart and soul. But we're gonna do everything we can to fight to keep that. So
Yeah, and you know what else, Chris?
What?
Real quick. It's like the point about the wave. The wave was begun to get people to loosen up and stand up, and like that's why that was invented, to get everybody in a place where it's okay to stand.
Yes.
You're supposed to end the wave standing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it's all done, everybody should be standing.
I love the wave. Yeah,
Wait.
that was awesome. But in 20, let me tell you a little story after Tony's done. Go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
Dolphreaky, are you?
I know.
Are you a millennial fan like I am by chance?
I mean, I guess that depends what the definition of millennial is. Like, I'm.
No.
Go ahead.
What I mean by millennial is kids in our 30 and below.
Yeah, I'm 31, so I'm like right on the cusp.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
I honestly, and like I said, it's coming from the top. You think Stephen Ross really wants the blue collar fans in the stadium? He wants to promote a corporate setting. That's why you're starting to see more events where like Formula One is a rich man sport and stuff like that. No.
So it's like one big Buffalo Wild Wings for rich people, is what you're saying.
Hey,
because really,
Formula
those people
One,
can sit there and watch the game in a better experience on their 90-inch plasma televisions. Other than smelling the grass, what would you go to the stadium for?
But that's exactly true.
One
it
thing
is.
I would love to get to the 72 Club one of these days.
And this is why I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna become fans of the Inter Miami soccer team. Their tickets are a lot cheaper. You can get club level tickets for like $500 a game. $500.
I mean, look,
that Seahawks game I was telling you about earlier, I think we paid like $80 for tickets.
Yeah. I mean, look, ideally, if the Dolphins were going to change something about the seating arrangement, just do away with that whole section on like the 50-yard line. Like I guess that's the 72 Club. Please do away with that.
Yeah, it's really spaced out.
You don't even see anyone sitting there, and yeah, they're paying $1,000 to sit there. Okay, but
they're mostly inside.
And that's prime real estate right there.
Yeah.
Like the real fans need to have those.
I don't go to the stadium, guys, but I have a question. Do they still do those on field behind the end zone seats? You know the ones I'm talking about where it was a section that was directly on the grass.
Yeah, right there in the end zone.
Yeah, they still got them.
They do, and that's all corporate stuff. If you go there,
they're only sold. They're only sold in bulk.
You can't. There's plenty of tickets in Dolphins in the Dolphins home stadium that you really can't buy. You got to get them from somebody.
Yeah.
And I've some of the best. Like I said, I've gone to Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Well, not so much Tampa Bay these days, but so much cheaper to go to a game. I mean, on the 50-yard line, three yards up. You know what I'm saying? Watching the Dolphins, I got pictures. I could have threw a drink and hit somebody if I wanted. That's how close we were. Couldn't nearly get those kind of tickets. Been in Skybox in Jacksonville. Granted, Jacksonville Stadium is a shithole, but
you're right, Chris. I was sitting right behind Cameron Wake in Arrowhead.
Yeah, they got to understand their fans a little bit. I get it; it's a high class, and we're cool with high class. We're about it, but we gotta have.
What doesn't make sense to me is they're promoting a high class. What is it called? A high class setting, but the stadium is in a bad neighborhood. That doesn't fit to me. That really does not fit.
Well, Tony, all stadiums are in bad neighborhoods.
Miami Gardens ain't that bad.
Tony, all stadiums are in bad neighborhoods.
It's just a Walmart
in Queens. City Field is in Flushing, Queens. That's a bad neighborhood right there. It's all about it. They're right there. There's a warehouse.
Tony. Outside of Tampa Stadium, I've never been to a stadium that wasn't surrounded in a badder neighborhood. So it's just the way it is.
Wait a minute.
Tony,
no one's gonna live next to a stadium.
That neighborhood's gotten way better than it used to be.
It's-
What are you
They,
guys
they
talking
used
about?
to, they used to call.
You ain't lying.
They used to call Miami Gardens Murder Gardens. They used to call Miami Gardens Murder Gardens. That's what they
Okay,
used to
so
call it.
after a game this past year, I saw a man who had just been shot. He was dead.
Okay.
I
Oh
unfortunately.
well, yeah. I mean,
in
if
the
you go a
apartment,
little beyond the Walmart,
one block past the Walmart, and this happened. And I
Probably
happened to be
sold them
driving
some
my
bad
car.
tickets.
And they were unfortunately they were Dolphin fans, so rest in peace to that guy. But that was my first introduction to Murder Gardens for real. Like I literally saw
They
a dead
never
man
said
in a
anything
car.
about that on the news. I don't understand why they never said anything about that on the news.
it's
It
like on
never-
Apocalypse
yeah.
Now. Don't get out of the boat. Don't go past the Walmart.
But
Don't go past
Dolphreaky,
the
I want
Walmart.
to tell you of an experience that that
Go
we
ahead,
had
Alex.
in 2019. You know, the week 2 against the Patriots, where we got absolutely destroyed by the Patriots in week 2. Right? That's a game we all want to forget, but unfortunately, it's in their minds. 43-0. But
Yeah, that was the Antonio Brown game, wasn't it?
yes, that was Antonio Brown's
Yeah, I
first
was
game as
there.
a Dolphin. So we're sitting in our section, and this couple behind us with 2
Wait,
Patriot
Antonio
fans.
Brown was a Dolphin?
No,
No.
Patriots. So
You got me
this
excited there for a second color. Jesus Christ.
so this couple was behind us. A husband and a wife were Patriot fans, and this dude was drinking, and he would not shut up at all. All he kept saying was Brady Brown, yeah, Brady Brown, spilling his beer all over us, throwing his beer up in the air. Every time he drank it, he was hovering over us. So my wife turned around and said, "Listen, the next time we do this, I'm gonna slap the living shit out of you, and I'm gonna punch you in the face." So he's like, "Okay, no problem." So I'm like, "Okay." So my wife can't handle on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back off. No problem, no problem. And he accidentally, next thing you know, he went up for, after the Patriots scored something. He went up to cheer, and he hit her in the face. On the way back.
What?
So I turned around and got. Yeah, I turned around and got to it. So she turns around and gets into it. She grabs him by the neck. Mind you, she grabs him by the neck and starts pummeling him to the ground.
Ill-advised for women to fight men. Just
yeah. So
just a side note
and
to
mind
everyone
you,
listening.
Guys,
Don't
check
ever
this
fight
out.
men.
Check this out. His wife did not do anything. His wife just stood back and said,
"What is she gonna do?"
So I'm sitting there on my paper. I'm trying to get her off of him. You know, I'm trying to get her off of him, and the security came, and everybody was pointing at the couple. It was their fault. They're the ones that started it, so they got kicked out. And then everybody from the whole entire section stood up for us. They kicked out that couple. 5 minutes after that's done, 5 minutes later, I got into it with another person because he's saying that
it was you, Alex. Now we're finding out you're
Yep,
fighting
yep.
every in the crowd.
No,
See that?
I got into a
Two
fight.
now, Alex.
I got into an argument with another person that was defending him, saying they didn't do anything. I'm like, bro, did you not just see what was going on? And then I said, listen, you need to. What you need
Man,
to do.
I didn't know, Alex.
Sit down.
I didn't know you were a big tough guy, Alex. I didn't know this about you. Alex throwing that
I'm
weight
not,
around,
dude.
gonna be putting those
Yeah,
hands on.
and after he
fools.
was done, he slipped his AT&T card in his pocket.
I had no idea that.
I told
Alex
the guy, listen. I told the guy, listen. What you need to do is you need to keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. She's going
man.
to all
I
right,
was
and you
getting
need to
drunk.
keep my name out your mouth before I pummel you and throw your ass on the field.
So that's
In a
Alexander
bloody
Renee
rampage.
Diaz Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Mind you, and another thing is she gets that from her bloodline, because she's Colombian and Puerto Rican and Dominican. So she gets.
I'm telling her you
piss
said
off a
Colombian,
Dominican.
bro.
Don't
I'm
piss
telling
off a
her you said
Dominican.
Colombian first.
Yeah, Alex, that was the day. That was the day I when we left the game, we stopped at the Pompano Beach Plaza to get some coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, and there was a line of Patriot fans like down the road, all getting their coffee.
See, I think,
and I walked. I'm like, yeah, somebody's got to pay Brady's salary.
You know, to me, before anything ever has to ever become physical, it can become funny, because there's a way where when you're mad enough to fight, you laugh at them because look, you got so mad you're gonna fight like an idiot. So there's this break of the fourth wall where it doesn't have to get physical, typically, because it can get funny first. So try that next time. That's my advice.
Chris, first
What?
of all, you that doesn't work with Latinos. Latinos have
Bullshit.
too much of a hot temper for that
Nah,
crap.
what you talking about? Latinos are hilarious, bro. They get it. Once you let them know and that you're laughing at them, then they, it is what it is. Then they realize.
I'm
my,
talking about
my wife,
during
my
a
wife is
sport
one
event,
tough
you
person,
can't
man.
tell
I
a
tell you,
Latino to calm down.
I got a Cuban old lady. I don't know what you're talking about.
hey, so you know exactly what Chris. You know exactly what
No problem. I'm gonna bring on Todd next. Todd's been in the back. What's up, Todd?
What's up, Todd?
Hey.
Hey, Todd.
You there, Todd?
Hello.
Todd.
What's going on, everyone?
What's
I
up,
thought
Todd?
they
How you
got
been,
you,
buddy?
Todd. I thought them Russians got you.
Yes, I can.
Looks like you are under attack, Todd.
They got the Russians got them.
And you know what I miss about the old days when I'd go to the games? Watching the secondary, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, Marion dancing, yelling to get the crowd up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Those
Yes.
are the days I miss. You see Brock Marion doing a full dance way at deep safety. And it's just getting everybody fired up.
Well, that's something
I think this
alluded to.
generation of players is different, Todd. Though.
No.
Don't do
See,
that.
No.
Tony, I disagree with you. I think they're not. These are competitors, and that's what we need to see out of these guys. We need to see dogs, fun, friendship, and their cohesion amongst each other as a team. That's between them. But on the field, I want to see madmen. I want to see guys out there playing for keeps. This ain't no game on the field. It's only a game because it's a game. It's not a game. We gotta win.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, Chris.
I want to ask Dolphy something.
Hold on, guys. Tony,
No.
Alex, hold on. Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead, Todd. Tony.
Let me clarify what I mean is with the rules that the NFL has with unsportsmanlike conduct, you can't see players doing that anymore because
We'll see about
it
this,
started.
man.
That happened in college.
Tony.
No, I'm being serious. That you can't be dancing around on the field like
I
that
didn't say
anymore.
dancing. Talking about playing sound football and getting your licks in when it's time.
No. Hey, Tony, that was before the snap. They were allowed to back there. They're just getting the crowd fired up. They had the lead.
Yeah.
It was just,
They still
The
do that
referees
sometimes.
Sure about that though. That's what I'm saying, Todd.
They'll get the crowd up. They'll get the crowd up and stuff like that.
I expect Javon Holland to take that role on.
But what I'm saying is the crowd got to have fun. The crowd got to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
They're
See, I don't let
getting them
nobody
loud.
ruin
They're
my
yelling
fun.
for them to get loud.
Yeah, where do you think they take all the ragdoll physics in the Madden video game from? If you watch the game, they're all standing around doing the same thing, hopping around, jumping and swinging their arms,
and
loosening up.
Do you know if they still have the stuff with the inner city kids coming out and playing with the players, or having a day where all the camps go?
Todd,
I know they
do
were
so much of that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Dolphreaky.
they were. I don't know if that's still going on with COVID, but it might be coming back. But I know they do
my
virtual
first
camps
job.
too.
My first job was with the city of West Palm. I was 16, and I was working with the kids. And that summer, we got to go catch passes from Duper, Clayton, Mark Logan.
Cool.
We were just all hanging out with them.
Man, that's an important thing. I know they still do stuff like that. Zach Sealer has that hunting ground in Lorida, Florida. Shout out how crazy it is. I've been to Lorida, Florida, camping and hunting before. I'm actually going to try to get out there and go and see the thing because, his Cause for Cleats, which is something we do on Tuesdays, every Tuesday on TMI, we do Cause for Cleats for different players around the NFL just to shed light on the stuff that they do. But his is that hunting ground, and he just started it. He's going to be bringing, kids that are from inner cities that don't get a chance to get out there and learn how to, hunt, fish, live on the land, stuff like that. I want to go out there and show them some stuff. I got a couple more people in the back. MCJB's been waiting back here pretty patiently. What's up, MC?
MCJB, what's good,
What's up,
homie?
JB.
Didn't see you there.
Miami's newest Miami Hurricane.
Yeah.
Welcome to the panel.
Oh, there goes,
we can hear you.
The
MC.
neighborhood. MC's in here now.
Yeah, boy.
What's up, brother?
What's up? How's it doing?
I'm doing good,
So,
man.
How you doing, man?
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
You need to listen. You do that.
That's me in the beginning of the show. I'll do it with the mouth, bro.
Bam, 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 bam.
That's right. No, it's time to get turned up when that comes on.
Hey,
by the way,
some questions for Dolphreaky. Is everything?
Yeah.
All right,
that's
cool. I got questions about your beach bash.
Yeah.
So it's May 28th, right?
Yep.
So the first question was, Solo D gonna perform? Or
No, I don't think so. I mean, that could happen last minute, but we don't have that lined up currently.
Heard. If you need MCJB, let me know.
Okay.
I remember. You remember me from Nashville?
You look familiar. I just can't really see. Honestly, the screen is small.
It is small. Hold on, let me help it out. Hold on. Here you go.
Oh shit, my phone.
Oh, look what he did.
What happens in Nashville stays in Nashville.
I know your face.
I performed in Nashville.
Oh my God! Yes, you were so awesome.
Appreciate it.
I remember this. Oh my God.
They played the song every time on Batman and Angels or Batman and Geo show.
Out.
In Nashville, MC, huh?
Fanatics.
Tough crowd, eh?
You are more than welcome to perform at the Beach Bash.
Let's go, boys.
Let's
there
make
it
these
is.
memories.
Let's see you there Saturday, May 28th at 9 a.m. El Capitan will be there too. I'm going to show up, Dolphreaky. I'm telling you, I'm going to bring my family. I'm going to bring friends. We're going to make this happen. It's going to be a big bash.
My bad.
I love it.
Last question. I'm done. I promise. Is there a cost to get in or is it free?
It's free. Yeah. So we just ask, just participate, whatever the donations are. There's no ticket sales that we're doing or anything like that. We might have an option for a wristband for food or, whatever like that. But to come and party and participate, no charge. You can feel free to bring your own stuff, bring your own, booze, whatever. We'll have a lot of it provided, but no cover or anything like that.
It's kind of it's like a real party. If everyone brings something, it'll work out perfectly.
Right. We just wanted to be a tailgate kind of thing on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Everybody bring a little bit.
I wanted to ask Dolphreaky, are you guys planning on any group trips to San Fran or LA this year?
Oh yeah, that will definitely be happening. But from my standpoint, I need to wait till the schedule comes out so I can plan with my work schedule. So that always is my big complication, that I have to work every other weekend, but I did proactively ask off every weekend during football season. So as long as all of that's clear, we will definitely be traveling to as many games as we can. And there's always groups traveling. So, anywhere you go, there's now it's just anywhere we go, pretty much somebody is organizing something.
That's the reason why I was asking, because even though I'm going to be living in Dallas, I was actually looking at possibly going to the LA game, and having and if there's any groups that are going, I just want to try to participate and buy the tickets, from the group sales, of anybody that's going. So
yeah, I can keep you in the loop with that. For the most part,
please.
I try to share those events as I hear about it. I'll try to share it on my own social media and stuff. But if you ever have questions or whatever, just shoot a DM.
Make sure you guys are following her on Twitter for those updates.
When you guys did the travel party for the Tampa game, did you guys do the beach party in Sarasota by chance?
No, we didn't have a beach party in Sarasota. For the Tampa game, we organized. Well, we did two different tailgates actually. So we did one tailgate in a lot, kind of like a open parking lot. And we brought all our, own stuff. And then they had a guy cooking and grilling and all this stuff. And we had a DJ. And then we also kind of left that and went to the What the Buck tailgate, which I highly recommend if you guys are ever in Tampa. The What the Buck tailgate was crazy. It was really awesome. They have a lot of corporate sponsors for their tailgate. So I think it was Jägermeister, Yingling, maybe mosquitoes, but they have like, free samples, like free drinks. Like that was like a very well organized tailgate. So that was kind of memorable. And then the Nashville tailgate, we just privately kind of organized that. Danny Johnson organized that. And I mean, mostly like we can put together anything anywhere because of social media. We say, hey, we're getting together at this spot. This is what's going on. And everybody blasts it on social and it comes together.
Yeah, that's the great part. It seems like it's all growing legs.
Yeah, no, the reason why I asked if you did one in Sarasota, a beach party in Sarasota for the Bucks game, is because we have nice beaches down here and stuff like that. That's why I was asking if you guys ever.
That could definitely happen because technically, like, we are Southwest Florida Dolphin Club, so we're kind of like all the way from Tampa down. So perhaps maybe that's an idea for next year's beach bash, that we kind of move a little bit north and do something in that area.
Where's a really great spot in the over a little north, obviously, from where we're having it is Boca Grande area.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love it there.
Oh
That's like pristine water, pristine beach.
Every color in the ocean is in that water right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I've seen it, I've wanted to get a boat ever since. So I got crypto in the back. I'm gonna bring Crypto up. What's up, Crypto?
Yo.
Crypto was good.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Himself.
What's up, Crypto?
What's happening, everybody?
The guy who personally shipped Devontae Parker out of South Florida.
The driver right there.
Yes.
Dolphreaky, this
I
is the
did.
guy
He's probably still recovering from his hangover from that trade.
And Dolphreaky,
Yes,
if you have any
indeed,
questions for Stephen Ross, they can be directed towards Crypto. He has a red phone to write to Stephen Ross.
That's right.
Good to know.
Yes, indeed. That's good to finally meet you, put a face to you. I've always never knew who you was. I just heard of the name, so now I get a chance to see who you are. So that's good meeting you now.
Make sure you're
And
following.
I'll get a chance to go to any
Twitter.
of one of the tailgates that you're having and everything once I come to South
Listen,
Florida.
you guys have to come to a tailgate at East 12, assuming that that's where we still will be after this whole parking lot renovation thing happens with the track and everything. But East 12 is like the best. I'm just going to toot our horn because that's basically the only tailgate that I know. But I'm going to say it's the best tailgate in the stadium. And so East 12 is where it's at.
East 12.
Oh,
okay, that's cool. That's the gate number. Is that the entrance side of the building?
Lot.
Okay.
Yeah, East 12.
I'm gonna have to get down there and hang out with you and Paris and everybody for a game. I talk to Paris all the time on messaging.
Yeah.
And when you all came up to Jacksonville, I was the one messaging them places you might want to go here to eat. And I'm like, I had to work that game. I was so pissed. I was gonna go.
Oh my gosh. Jacksonville was such a great time. That was definitely one of my favorite trips ever. It was so out of control. That tailgate was wild, and they like literally had to carry me into the game because I was so far on. But it was
I was gonna say, Dolphreaky, you don't have to be afraid of being a millennium. I was gonna say millennials are born from 81 to 96. Whoever was coming to age between that time and before the new millennium were called millenniums. So you're born from 81 to 96.
What about 99?
99, you're Generation Z.
Yeah. By the way, Captain, guess what?
Generation Z goes to 2010, 2011, and it's Generation Alpha.
Oh,
what's up, Todd?
I might be heading back home. We might be moving back to West Palm.
Oh, what? You're going back to the 561?
561.
I'm so sick of Jacksonville. I want to get back.
Well, listen, on the 561, if you're listen, I'll love West Palm with an affinity forever, but on the West Coast is where it's happening, bro.
I don't know.
I'm like South Florida. Go to the West Coast.
I want to go back to Royal Palm. Wellington.
I was in
area.
Pensacola. I went to school in Pensacola.
Royal Palms is a nice area. I will give you that, especially if you like horses. But if you're I will say on the East Coast, probably nicer beaches for the most part. Not that there's not some nice beaches around here, but the fishing and the outdoor activities between just all the awesome redneck stuff you could do, guys, like hunting, fishing.
Airboats.
mudding, airboats. I mean,
Hiking.
you name it. Oh my
So,
God!
Chris, you're related to Jeff Foxworthy?
Bro, I was born in South Florida. They get no more southerner than that, bro. My whole family. My dad was born in Jacksonville. On my grandmother's side goes back. That goes back all the way to the inception of Florida with the Daniels name. So my bloodline is tied to this. I got swamp blood. Mosquitoes don't bite me. Hotter the better. So.
Yeah. You got that AstroTurf in the back of your pickup truck, huh?
No, I have had it though. I have had it. Yes. Real quick, guys, make sure everybody is hitting the like button and checking out all the great content. Tonk 7's TMI Tuesdays live at 9, right after with color commentary on there. Right after that is open mic with Mike on the mic. Catch him again on Saturdays at 10 with Drop the Mic. Thursday nights, tomorrow night, late night color commentary. We'll be giving away the last hat on that show tomorrow. So make sure you guys are there. And you guys catch the tailgate party that never stops on all the other nights of the week at 10. This is the last hat we're giving away. Got an orange bill. It's a nice hat. I actually have one of these hats. When I bought them to give them away, I kept one because I liked it so much. And I usually don't keep the teal ones. So we're going to give it away tomorrow. And then Friday, the jersey giveaway, guys. So everybody make sure to be there. We'll give away one of these jerseys. It's going to be great.
Jersey giveaway?
I'm going to be giving away a jersey. Probably going to be a Tyreek Hill jersey through Fanatics. Thank you, Fanatics. So everybody make sure to go and support and buy your stuff on Fanatics on the link below to help the show. So we are coming up to the draft. I know we touched on this earlier, Dolphreaky. There's not a lot of draft picks here. We've got 2 7ths and a 3rd and a 4th. I hope we address linebacker, but I'm also seeing potential for a nice young running back on the team. I would love to see if they, because McDaniel's offense through that Niner offense, it's a healthy dose of the run game. And honestly, they use their running backs so much, they really kind of get worn down. So maybe they get lucky and maybe they find somebody really nice in the 4th round. Maybe Dalvin Cook's brother is in the 4th round. I would like that. I'm really looking at the kid from Florida, Pierce.
If Jared Cook is gone, I think they're going to wait till next year, because I really think Tua is going to work out. And then you got 2 first-round picks, and there's that running back coming out of Texas and the one coming out of Ohio State that would fit perfect.
I don't know if I would the next year's draft, Todd, is correct. That's a running back heavy draft, but I'm always against getting a running back in the 1st round. Never do I ever want to draft a running back in the 1st round. It's a cardinal sin.
No, but the one out of Ohio State will probably be a
next
2nd
season,
round
man.
pick.
That's not
Next
true.
season.
If he's late in the 1st round, it don't matter.
Well, look, you
season,
get a running back in the 1st round, even if it's in like 18 or higher up. That's something you do because you know that's the piece you need, and you know he's very effective for the role you want, and you want to keep him for 5 years before you have to pay him, and those are the most effective years.
Yeah, that guy from Texas is Barry Sanders light. He's incredible.
I'll have to do some.
If he's Barry Sanders, he ain't gonna last the 18th pick. He's gonna be in the top 10.
No, he's gonna be top 10 easily.
Yeah,
right. If he's Barry Sanders being mentioned in that name,
which we might have a top 10 pick with San Francisco. Come on now, they lost again.
My bad.
Guy, crypto, MCJB, and Chris. This is why I've always been against getting a running back in the 1st round, because especially in the top 5 or top 10 or top 20. Look at guys like Saquon Barkley. Can't stay healthy.
Okay, but hey, let me ask you this though.
That ain't got nothing to do with where they was picked.
Hey, let me ask you this. Running back has the shortest life of any player on the field, just about.
That's exactly why.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You can play him out throughout the rookie deal, gain that 5th round option, and then
That's
move
right,
on
Todd.
to your next running back. And
That's right, Todd. That's why you draft a running back in the first round, because you get his
you don't
best
have to
for
worry
5
about ever
years.
giving that.
Without having to
You
pay
don't
him.
have to
You
worry
never
about
have to
giving
pay
that
the
big
big money.
contract.
That's right.
You
That's right.
never
That's how
have to
it's
do
done.
it.
You got to
We have
hold on to
we
him
have
longer.
somebody
yeah.
else. We have somebody else in the back. It's me, Marino, or Mario. Excuse me.
It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
What's happening?
Yeah, you guys got it.
I knew it. I knew it was Tony Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony?
It's a me, Mario.
It's a me, the
Mamma
Mario.
mia.
You guys remember that commercial from like, what was it, 15 years ago?
I think so.
wow.
Yeah.
Luigi.
So what's
All right,
happening?
guys.
What's happening?
Not
Just
a
want
man.
to say fins up. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get some sleep. Just worked a 12-hour day. I'm done.
Take it easy, Todd. We'll see you,
Take it
brother.
easy, Todd.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Take it easy, Todd. Get some good
Yeah,
rest.
And
Todd.
Dolphreaky, thank you for doing everything you do for the community.
Oh, thank you.
And
Nice
make
to meet
sure,
you.
make sure to check out her Dolphreaky and Friends. You know,
Okay.
the charity she's
The
putting
Twitter?
together.
Oh, the Twitter.
On
Okay.
Twitter, yeah.
More
yeah.
info coming soon about
Yes,
the
guys.
nonprofit.
Yes, it's gonna be.
Oh my goodness!
We'll make sure to get it lifted off
The
nicely.
nonprofit.
Oh
Good.
my goodness! I'm gonna tear my head. I'm gonna tear my hair off my head because this season I had to give up my season tickets. I am so mad about that.
For the Dolphins,
This move.
You done best
Because of this move to Dallas.
Yeah, but
I mean, to
now
Texas.
Yeah,
you
going
can
to-
stay interactive forever.
Tell Jerry Jones I said hello, man. Just tell him I said hi.
You have a red phone for Jerry too, Crypto? Wow.
Jerry.
Yeah, I'm gonna be giving him a call in a minute. Tell him to look after my man Alex.
Crypto's
man.
gonna
Tell him to
call.
look out.
Crypto's gonna call me and he's gonna say, "Listen, you need to tell Jerry Jones to play the Dolphins every year."
Yeah.
I'm just so pissed about it because I had to give up my season tickets because of this move, and unfortunately, my wife took a job out there in Texas that was better for us, for our family, and so
respect.
So I had to take it.
Where are you in the? Are you in the Dallas Fort Worth area? Is that where you're at?
I'm gonna be in Rockwell County, which is about 40 minutes outside of Dallas.
All right. You know Mike on the mics around that area, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's about an hour away from me.
There you
He's
go.
about 45 minutes to an hour away from me.
You guys should figure out a way to find either a Dolphin club that's there, or if there's not one, start making one.
They probably,
I know,
yeah, they
I
probably
had
got some
heard-
in certain areas. Yeah,
Somebody
You
was
probably could
trying
find
to
it.
start one, actually. This was like a thing on Twitter not too long ago that somebody was in that area trying to start a Dolphin club. So maybe we need to put that out there again.
Well, Mike on the
I-
mic.
I-
Just
I-
like a
that's what I was
tailgate. It's
thinking
just like a
of. That's-
tailgate, you know. Do like
Yeah,
do
Mike
like
on the
El
mic,
Capitan.
probably.
He's like,
Dolphreaky, if I were to start one, what advice would you give me if I were to try to start one myself?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I think like you kind of need a team. So for me, like it was me, Griffin Van Ness, and Keith Matheny in the beginning. Now we have 3 other admins in addition as well. But you kind of need a team, one to help spread the word and to handle all the various duties that come with hosting watch parties. So for example, during the watch parties, we will do raffles. Somebody will kind of work like the raffles. So we'll usually have like a pair of people kind of partnering and going around the crowd, collecting the money. And then during halftime, we'll announce the raffle. So somebody does that. Somebody goes around and just makes sure that everybody's taken care of. And so you do kind of need a team. I would say make sure it's people you trust, because it does involve handling money sometimes. And then obviously having a good social media presence is very important too. So we made sure that we were on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, both in the form of a group and a page, just so that we can be as accessible as possible. And then, we create, different announcements for the watch parties and then just have them share around. And for the most part, once your word starts to get out with word of mouth, that's all you really need. It might be a little slow going in the beginning. Like last year was our second year. So the year when we just had started, we kind of started off with like 10, 15 people in the room. But at the end, the last game, we had 70. So it can grow in such a short time. So social media is just really key.
Gotcha. And let me ask you this, do you find yourself ever like because I have 4 kids I have to worry about too. I'm trying to ask. I'm sorry. I'm trying to ask you a question where you can understand. Do you find yourself ever like like your head's just spinning with having to take care of home life and also taking care of this at the same
all
time?
the time, all the time, because it's not just like I work a full-time job.
I know you have you have one daughter, right?
I have one daughter and one son.
One daughter, one son. So I have a daughter and I have a son myself, and also my two stepkids as well. My wife's kids from his previous marriage. So do you ever find you find yourself running like having like your head just spinning once in a while, having to deal with that and the Dolphins community at one time as well, right?
All the time. Like literally, my husband and I were just having this, not an argument, but a discussion about how the Dolphin stuff is getting overwhelming. And it is because, I go to my, my full-time job, and that is a mixture of nights and weekends. And so juggling that, and then I have the kids who, have to get up early, and, I send them off to school. And then if I'm working at night, I don't see them again until the next day when I'm getting them ready for school. So some days it's really tough on the kids. They're not seeing a whole lot of me. And then anytime we are doing something Dolphins oriented, I just try to, bring the family along with, so it doesn't have to feel like it's a burden. And the kids really, really enjoy going to the fan club activities. I'm not bringing them to the beach bash just because they're only 4 and 5. And I know there will be drinking, and they're like at the age where they just like pick up a cup and like drink it. So I'm not bringing my little ones to this, but I mean, it's still a family friendly event. I just don't want to be responsible for hosting the event and then, having to deal with them. And I don't want my husband to feel like, I want just everyone to relax, So it's definitely, I have to try to find the balance constantly. And then, I still want to have time for myself and time for my husband, and then like time for my extended family. Like my parents are always like, oh, you're always doing all this Dolphin stuff. Why don't we go to Disney World or do something else? And I'm like, well, you kind of got to plan that when we have a bye week or, something like that. So they get annoyed. But all in all, like I just try to kind of just do what I can. I know I can't be everywhere at once. And so sometimes I have to make a sacrifice, but my family, I mean, they understand, like they know that this is kind of, it's not a job, but it's like my passion. And so, they do support it.
Yeah, you got to find balance in it.
Balance,
You got to just find balance. I run my own company, you know what I'm saying? So that demands all the time. And then with running all of this, it demands the time. And 2 kids, family, son in music, daughter in dance, things like, I mean, there's things I got to get done. We depend on our significant others for a lot. They pick up the slack. They're amazing for it. We're blessed to have people, but when there's good things and you're doing right, it figures itself out, and again, it kind of goes to what the social media, how people get, if it's not fun and it's becoming a unfun thing, then you have to reassess,
Yeah. And there have been plenty of times where I did have to step away. Like even so after football season, I'm burnt out. Like I've been traveling every weekend. I'm mentally and physically exhausted. I just want to spend time with the kids. And so I took like a good month, like the whole January and February, I just dedicated to the kids and just, try to step away from the Dolphin stuff. A lot of people are like, oh my God, where's Dolphreaky? She's MIA. And I'm like, listen, like I am a real person too. And for me, football season is like year round. Like here we are, doing podcasts and stuff. So at some point, like I do kind of have to find time to get away from it.
Yeah. I've to myself taken on a new endeavor into the ideology of what I want to do with it. And hearing Alex, who actually he dropped out, he'll drop back in, trying to start like a Dolphins club in Texas. I see EM Dolphin back in there and stuff like that. My buddy Mike in there. That's the type of stuff I want to facilitate. You know what I'm saying? There's a way there's so many of us. We all have jobs. Everyone has other talents. There's a way for this thing to work, to grow, especially because the team's on the way up too. So the growth is coming. So when this thing expands to hopefully great, Super Bowl winning football team, there's just the parties, the thing, the everything that goes along with it. Will have a foundation in a way. It's kind of what we're hoping to have around here. And I see what, Dolphins talk and TPP and those guys. And, as someone who does so little compared to all that, what I know that they do, it's a heavy thing to hold all the time, but you do it because you see how much it affects in a positive manner for everybody.
Right.
And it's something you can't stop, really. You know what I'm saying? It's you understand it. It's something else, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it is so rewarding. And especially like the things like the fan club events and stuff like that. Like those are memories that you take forever. It's one thing to go on Fanatics, which I love, and it's like to buy all the swag, right? And then you're happy with it, whatever. But like to have a memory, like that's forever. Like even when that T-shirt gets too small or it gets worn out, like you still have those memories. I'm always gonna remember Jacksonville. I'm always gonna remember Tampa Bay. Like those trips were so much fun, and the things that we do with the fan club are more than just watch parties, it's like charity events and things like that like actually make a difference. So it's kind of like, it's just a game until it's not a game anymore, and I fully enjoy it. Like I really am so happy to be able to be this involved despite the sacrifices that I have to make. Tonight, for example, I'm sacrificing sleep for the interest of doing this show. You got to give and take a little bit here, but it's so, it's so much fun. So I enjoy it.
That's good.
Hey,
And I hold on, MC. And I would tell people that if they're not enjoying it because it takes up things like that, don't do things you don't enjoy.
Right.
It's take a step back, reassess things. Life becomes demanding. There's things that take priority. This is supposed to be an outlet, and keep it as such. Because when you show up to these events, that's how everyone's there. It's supposed to be a good thing, and that's how, with the positive vibes that you were talking about, that's where this team's inside and out. We're going to find ourselves winning some football games because of it.
Yeah. And I do want to say too, because like just this year, like after the rant came out and all of the craziness with that, like people were trying to actively seek me out at the tailgate, and I'm being pulled in like one direction and this direction. And that part was a new sort of overwhelming that I hadn't really felt before. And so it's like, yeah, I want to be everywhere with everyone. I want to talk to everyone, and like do all these things. But at the end of the day, there's only so much time, and you can only do so much. So I just do the best I can.
Yeah. And, as it'll come, people are going to feel certain ways, and they shouldn't, because again, let's keep it real. It's people can only do so much. And the reason you're here is for the good things. It's hard, we don't want anyone to feel left out or upset either. But that's why it's so rewarding when you get to where you're trying to get, because it's a lot to balance, it's a lot to juggle. But when you're doing it for the right reasons, as you are, Dolphreaky, you'll find the perfect balance in it, as you have. Jacob's in the back. He's hopping in. What's up, Jacob?
How are you guys?
We're doing good, Jacob.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Just thought I'd come on and see what's going on over here.
We're having a good
Talking about
time talking
everything.
Dolphins, man. Talking about the fandom. We haven't discussed so much of the nitty-gritty X's and O's, but it is what it is. But it's for the fun times. We could get into a discussion, but then we'll probably start arguing. But that's all right. It's part of the fun too. Speaking of Tua, I was waiting for Color. I thought Color was going to bounce back. No, I'm just messing with you guys. Has anyone seen the discussion that the media days? I don't know, Color. I just figured you had it. I figured you had one loaded. Did you see the media day from Xavier Howard and Emmanuel Ogbah? I wasn't able to catch it yet. Was anyone able to watch it?
Nope.
No.
I just saw little bits and pieces and quotes.
Yeah, I've seen some of the quotes and stuff.
I was going to watch it, but I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of Howard. I love his on field, but I just don't like his attitude.
Well, that's kind of something that I did read in the article that they're expecting from Howard, that now he's going to take ownership in a leadership role from here on out on the defense. So we might see the best Howard we've ever seen yet to come. If that happens, if he not only does the superior talent that he is, but also takes on ownership of the defense, making sure everyone's in place and, I don't know, coaching up the young guys, anything. So hopefully there's some further growth with him there. I have that video. I figure we could watch a little bit of it, guys, if you guys want, since how nobody's seen it. So we could just pull it up. Just what's up, buddy?
Sorry. You know who you should have as a special guest?
Who's that, bud?
Mr. Wiener Dog, Mr. Penguin, Alex.
Oh yeah.
You got to, man.
All right.
That would.
He's one of my Southwest Florida admins.
Is he?
Yeah, Alex Butsky.
All right. Yeah, I've got a short list of a couple of people that I'm trying to get in bit by bit, especially because now things are. I mean, listen, I was in full ready for draft mode. We were talking about everything's scrapped, so I'm shifting around here. We're still trying to figure and shift around for the content and the shows. But yeah, I would love to. I got to get Danny on too. I think Danny.
You do need to get Danny on.
I am totally gonna. I want to talk to Danny about all kinds of other stuff that's not meant for the screen and camera, about the TPP and how it works and everything like that, because he's literally the pioneer of how it's done to this way, to serve it in the way that he's doing it. That's what I was. So I figured we'll check out a little of this, guys. Look at X in here looking like a $500 million man. All right, let's see.
Turnovers.
The team traded Devontae Parker last week, and that makes you the longest tenured player on the team. You've been at this several years now, and with the new coach, what are your impressions of Mike McDaniel, and why do you think that this new coaching staff can be different?
Man, I feel like when I got in the building today, I feel like everything been different since I got here. The energy, everybody happy, and I feel like a lot of things gonna be special here. With Mike McDaniel, he bringing that energy, and hopefully, get the offense up the park, to the standard that we expect from both sides of the ball. Everybody get the job done here.
Speaking of
Dolphreaky, maybe they hired Mike McDaniel because they were like, this chick out in the stands is talking about this positive energy stuff. Let's bring this coach in here that matches this intensity. And look, it's working.
There you go. I'm responsible for all of it. I will take all credit.
I'm going to award that medal on your side. So we will decree it as such. Everybody object. Hear the nays or ayes. Do I hear ayes?
Aye.
Wait, what?
Hey, by the way, was that Daniel Oyefusi from Miami Herald?
I
ask that question?
I thought that sounded familiar.
I think it was Daniel. I think it was Daniel Oyefusi that said that. Oh yeah, he in there like swimwear. What you guys think he wasn't? You guys think he wasn't doing his job? I'm gonna let Daniel know that you guys thought he wasn't doing his job.
That's Color's fault.
Daniel, when was the first time you met him, and what was your first reaction?
I met him this season when he got here. Probably like 2 days. Well, he was busy the first 2 days, so probably the third day I met him. Like I said, the energy was there. He was excited. I was excited to meet him. He was excited to meet me, and just touch bases and just understand each other and what we expected from each other.
What's the excitement level from a defensive side when you see all these moves that the Dolphins are making on offense? What does it do for a defense?
Man, just bring everybody back, especially on defense. That's so exciting. My boy Ogbah, I was happy he's back, man. We can make some plays out there together. But, it's exciting to have the defensive back, especially just going on our third year in the same defensive scheme. And, nothing changed. Well, some stuff probably changed, but, like, the main stuff that we talk about on the defensive side, especially the offense. Like I just told Mike McDaniel, I said, man, I got to get my hammies right. We got a lot of speed over there. So, I'm excited about everything that's going on around this building.
How do you think you'll do against Tyreek Hill in practice?
I feel like we get each other better. I played against him in college and also, in the league. So it's like I just want to focus on getting each other better, and that's really it.
Great question. I think that's the one question everybody wanted to know. How are these guys gonna do together? I mean, iron
And I like
sharpens
how
iron.
he answered it a little deeper than just iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's and you can see he's serious about it too. He's looking to get better. That's why we love this guy. That's why he's a Pro Bowler. He looks excited. And then again, he just got a big fat wallop in his bank, so I'd be excited too. So but he's been well off for a bit. Now that the business part's taken care of, these guys are competitors. They wanna win.
Someone who's been through coaching changes and changes in this building before, are there things you can say or do, lead by example, and just kind of help guys adjust to new systems, new people in the building, kind of help the younger guys?
Right. That's my main thing. I said I'm going in here. I've been here going on 7 years. So, seeing a different change, making everybody buy into the new coaches. And I feel like that's the main thing. If everybody buy in, we get the job done. And I feel like, especially guys on the offensive side, I feel like we can do a great job on all three phases. So that's the main thing for me, just the buy-in and help the younger guys that come in, develop them.
We asked you about what coaches are expecting of you, but what do you expect from yourself? What are the expectations you're setting for yourself?
Continue to make plays, continue to be me, don't try to overdo it. Just continue to how I take daily approach coming to the building and just doing my job.
X, were you confident over the last year and a half that something would get worked out all along with the Dolphins for the long term? Or were there times when you thought maybe you'd wind up getting traded?
Alan Poupar with a freaking rock star
so
question right there.
That's the only thing that really mattered to me. I've been here, and I'm just excited for this upcoming season.
Can you talk? I saw a picture in the past you did with Rick Ross. Can you talk how important the city of Miami was for you? Can you talk a little bit about that and how it has the city changed you as a person and helped you grow?
Good question.
It's a fast city, so a lot of stuff you see here, but the whole coming to the with the Rick Ross coming to the city, it was a great experience just to show people outside looking in how the city is and what's the good spots, food spots and stuff like that, the culture and everything. It's a great experience. Just coming from Texas, just coming here and just seeing different stuff here and different culture, people coming from different places. So everything around here, I feel like it's a great experience to come to Miami and just enjoy it.
Actually, when you look at your career interceptions, you're on track to be in range with these kinds of guys: Champ Bailey, Deion Sanders, Ty Law, Darrell Green. They're all Hall of Famers. Do you think you can get there?
So I just got to continue getting better each year. I really don't even look at the stats about that. Some of the guys, the Hall of Fame that did this and did that. I just try to keep a tunnel vision on myself and just keep my focus straight and just I feel like continue doing the stuff I've been doing, and hopefully at the end when I'm done playing, I get that yellow jacket.
Yeah, that's what this is what I heard a lot of the writing was about. Pretty much what we're hearing. He's looking to be a Dolphin forever now, hopefully winning Super Bowls. Now the competitor comes out. I'm just glad we don't have to revisit this again. You know what I'm saying, guys? It seems like we were constantly revisiting with the linchpin in the defense, a guy that we drafted, a homegrown talent where, he's made it through all the coaching changes and all the nonsense. He's the last of the Mohicans at this point. Elite talent. It's good. It's good to have that in our cap,
Mm-hmm.
Your reaction to the brought a lot of the same guys back on defense, on players and coaches. But what did it mean for you to see Sam Madison and Pastor Tanner react to the staff?
I love that. Especially coming from guys that played in the league. And Miami great. I feel like the Miami Dolphins great. So just learning from them guys, picking them guys' brain. I feel like they can help me put my level to another game.
You got thought on the amount of money that the franchise has spent.
Say it again.
You speak with Sam and Pat much?
Oh yeah, during this off season I did. I came up here in the building and spoke to them guys.
What's your reaction to the amount of money the franchise spent this year on everybody, and what is it? What's the demands now on you guys?
To win.
You mentioned keeping the defense intact. How important is it to have both parts of it, the back end secured and also get that pass rush, Emmanuel Ogbah coming back, and for the two sides to work in unison?
Man, I feel, like I said, we got to finish off what we started on the defensive side. We've been making plays and getting stuff done for the team. So, we got to continue doing that, add more, have more pieces to it, and hopefully cause more trouble out there on defense.
Next, you talked about having to get your hammies right with all the speed on the other side of the ball. How can having speed, skill players, a better offense make you guys better during practice on the defensive side of the ball?
Man, they help out a lot. It go hands in hands. Them guys putting points up and we getting them the ball, or we putting points up and they helping us out. So, it all work hand in hand. And just excited to have people like that, new guys coming in to help us out. And our main focus is just winning.
So, humblest of humble guys. I mean, for anybody who doesn't watch Xavier Howard, super, super humble. Not a big time rah guy, but definitely a big time rah on the field with his guys. You could see him getting his guys amped up. For people who don't know, in Houston, and I think he has one in Florida now, he has frozen yogurt company that his wife owns. A couple of frozen yogurt chains and stuff like that. So a little tidbit fact for anybody who didn't know that. It's I'm gonna find Emmanuel Ogbah because he's next, but I'm glad we're not again, man. I there was a lot of talk of trading him. There was a point where I would have been okay with it, but at this point now, man, no way would I want to lose this guy. Especially and Ogbah too. I mean, the money that I was hearing that the Dolphins were gonna have to pay Ogbah for the deal we ended up getting him for might turn out to be one of the savviest moves in as far as contracts signed for the dollar and return value from Chris Greer, because this is the prime years of pass rushers. This is when guys start really cranking it in their late 20s, early 30s. That's when, guys become the elite pass rushers. They figured it all out. They've got their bodies perfect, and they start just putting, 10 plus sack numbers together, which I expect from him.
So, Emmanuel, are you happy, surprised, stunned that it all came together at the last minute the way it did?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Like I've told you guys during the season, for my past 2 years, I always looked at myself being here long term, and I'm glad, we made it happen.
Had you thought for a time after, Drew and the team talked for months and months on and off, was there a time at any point where you thought it was doubtful you would be back?
I wouldn't say I thought it was doubtful. I felt like we had a chance to make something work. But them to come like that, kind of like show they believed in me and they wanted me here too as well.
Maybe what's it like from a player's perspective, watching how this offseason has unfolded? Like the money that's been dished out, the player movement, it seems like NFL is almost becoming like the new NBA.
Yeah, I'll say for us, I was glad we took care of our own. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It's starting to feel like it's not really a cap space. That's how it feels. But I'm glad we're able to take.
Look, even the players are pointing out where's this cap space number really at. I mean, you hear it. It's cliche to say the cap's not real. Obviously, there has to be a cap, but there's a way to maneuver it so badly that you can be the Rams and signed a $50 million guy when you had no cap space. So apparently,
take care of players. Everybody was able to take care of.
Why had you wanted to stay in Miami, Emmanuel? If you could cite specific reasons, and did much of the defensive staff staying intact with Josh and Austin, did that even reinforce the decision more for you to want to be here?
For sure. I love the city of Miami, and I always view Miami as my second home. And I also wanted to be here for my brothers. We started something special 2 years ago, and I want to keep building on that. And it definitely helped with the coaching staff still retain the defensive staff side of the ball too.
Yeah, what's it mean to you that not only the coaching staff but the defense, all the players are back? It's like they kept everything intact.
Yeah, like I said, they taking care of their own. They believe in us. We did something special, and we want to keep on building off of that. And it's still a lot of work to be done.
So Emmanuel, how much better should the defense be considering everybody's back and the coaches are not?
I mean, we should be as good as we want to be. We got a lot of guys coming back, a lot of guys in key spots. We just got to take that one step and get better.
So real quick, I didn't even realize he's wearing a Yankees hat. What's going on here?
Oh yeah.
It didn't dawn on me. Nobody says. I hope somebody says something about the Yankees hat. I don't think they will.
That's
though.
Leave it to Twitter. They will.
The Yankees hat. Not
right.
cool, sir. Not cool. Let's go Mets.
What do you want to work on in your game this offseason?
Oh, just overall, after a season, I go back and watch film myself and see what I struggle with. Doing better, like I said, either double teams, taking on double teams, rushing the passer better, even though I'm good at that, but I got to improve on that. I always get better year to year. So,
can you take us through that Monday morning, the first day of free agency, shortly before free agency started? Your deal became known. Do you remember what that Monday morning was like? Was Drew calling you and saying, "Hey, they raised the offer by this amount"?
So that morning of, I was supposed to go work out, but Drew advised me, like, all right, chill. All right, hold on. Because I'm going to need you on the phone. So I kind of just stayed in my living room, kind of talked to my folks, talked to my parents, just patiently waiting. And then Drew calls me and kind of just give me the details of it. And I'm like, we might have an offer here and there. And, what do you think? What do you think? So, then after they gave me the offer, I hung up on Drew. I called my mom, called my dad. I said, hey, what do you guys think? I'm like, well, it's you. You the one that got the deal. Like, what do you think? So I said, I'm excited. I want to be here. And, I've always wanted to be here. And you guys know I view Miami as my second home. So, it just meant a lot to me and my family. So, I was able to sign back with the Dolphins.
That's probably the greatest part of being a Dolphin fan when you get to see the guys. That was such a real moment that he shared with his family there. Sitting there, you can hear he kind of broke the athlete in front of the podium character a little bit. He was super excited. These are still people. This is like a massive moment. It's a long-term deal for him to make and keep his home, and he's been here. He doesn't have to leave. Just a special moment, man. This is the stuff that it should make you
Chris,
gleeful.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a lot of the Finns, a lot of the players, said something that was very, very interesting today. That I'm not sure if a lot of you guys caught it, but they said that it's a different atmosphere than what has been the last couple of years, and that is telling you something right there.
Alex, there's no doubt. And listen, there was nothing against Flores, and hey, what's up, Doug? What's going on, bud?
What's up, Doug?
It's nothing against Flores. I understand the type of coach Flores is. Personally, I've had more of Flores coaches than the rah-rah make everyone feel good coach. So I understood his tactics on a team devoid of veterans and talent and things like that. It probably was the right pace to continue. But, there was there was definitely uncompromisable things that Flores wasn't going to do one way or the other. Whatever those are is between them, and the team wanted to go in a different direction for the betterment. And this is that type of, all stick, no carrot attitude don't work good when guys are making 5 times more money than you. And we've seen that kind of happen on other teams in the Dolphins, where you got your biggest paid guys just rogue, not doing what the coaches are telling them or anything like that. So this is it's important that when you're paying all these high-end talent, that not only look no further than the Houston Texans and where they are right now. They didn't work with their players, and their most talented of players has left because of a dispute between being involved in the vision of the plan. And the reporter kind of said it's becoming more of a players' league. If you don't work with these athletes, that are worth all this money. Your money's tied up and it's all but wasted. You know what I'm saying? You gotta not just pay the talent. You have to work with the talent, and it has to be a collective effort. And it's an ideology that it's been everything that McDaniel has preached before we hired him of how he works his plan. And apparently the players feel that way. And we'll look, it's all roses and everything great now. As long as things go according to plan, it'll go according to plan. If it not, hopefully people don't start pointing the finger, because when we went on that losing game skid, I didn't see people pointing the finger so much as the team, and then they went on a winning streak, and that's kind of what you get when you have that kind of coach. There's a leadership involved. When there's a little bit more flexibility and everything's all this, sometimes when things break down, nobody knows who to point at, or they all start pointing at each other. You know, there's kind of a breakdown in it. But I hope that doesn't happen. I'm excited that there's a collective effort from more. And I think it helps having coaches that were ex-players to have this communication where essentially you're putting the minds of coaches and players together on the field for one collective goal. It seems like a real team now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know, Alex talked about how the energy in the
Good
building
point.
feels a little different with everyone being back, new head coach. How would you describe kind of the vibe, the energy?
It's just different. You could tell. I mean, you guys don't really walk in the locker room, but it's just different. You know, a lot of guys happy to be back. You know, everybody just happy to see each other again. It's only been like 2 months, but it felt like forever. You know, we're just glad to be back working again. So
How much of that is attributed to when you see what they've been doing on the offensive side of the ball? I know you're happy about your defensive guys,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I'm excited. You know, I play with Tyreek in Kansas City, so I'm excited to have him here. It's definitely a speedster, like X said. You know, he got to work on his hamstring. I got to work on my passwords. You know, getting back there fast enough so they can, you know, have time.
Have you ever gone against Teron Armstead?
Oh no, I never got it. I never went against him, but I'm looking forward to going against him. So.
yeah, I want to see that camp battle.
Yeah, I want to see that definitely.
Guys who have been added, the coaching staff, what makes it so electric?
I would say it's both. You know, the guys, we're coming back from a 2-year season, so you know, retain the same guys actually make us real good, and also the coaching staff. Coach McDaniels brings different type of energy into the program, so we're excited about that too. So.
It's rare to see almost an entire defense come back, everyone but Beagle and Justin Coleman at the moment. How much does that chemistry, continuity, how much can it help a defense? Obviously, Boyer's going to add, you know, some new things, but how much does that continuity help?
It helps because we all know each other's games, and it's not like a new guy. You know what the guy can do next to you, the guy beside you. You know, it definitely helps the defense, and we just got to take that one step and getting better because we already know what each other can do and what can we do better now.
You said a different type of energy. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? How is it different?
I would say it's more like, you know, fun. You know, everybody's excited. Like I said, everybody's just excited to be back. I mean, we haven't really gotten out there like that except just workouts and stuff. But everybody's really excited, the whole locker room, really to build off of last season because we finished strong. We're trying to start strong on a fast note too. So,
yeah, I know what you meant earlier, Alex, by like a fun energy and stuff. They had fun last year too. You know, I know Flores is known for being the hard ass coach, but they still had fun and stuff. Granted, when you're losing and then you miss the playoffs and you had expectations, that's not fun. These guys are more than just a job. It's a competitive nature. That's how you don't get to here and not be a competitive, out of control, take it that seriously. So I don't want to push that there's a bad atmosphere, but there's definitely a very invigorated
It's
atmosphere
different than
now.
what it was. It's much different than what it was.
Well, I mean, Emmanuel Ogbah literally just said it's different. It's literally verbatim, word for word. He said what the energy is like. He said it's different. Those are the first words he said, and then he elaborated and smoothed it over. So I do know what you mean, Alex. Real quick, guys, make sure everybody's hitting the like button. We'll go ahead and start rounding this out. I want to give everybody a chance to, you know, have a closing kind of statement before I close it up with Dolphreaky here. We'll start with you, Alex. Go ahead, buddy.
I just want to say, Chris, it's been a great night. Another great night here on the Fins Tailgate, and you definitely are the man, the myth,
Thanks,
the man,
Alex.
the legend.
Thanks, brother.
I really appreciate you having us on. Dolphreaky, you are an inspiration on the community here. Thank you for everything that you've done, and thank you for everything that you do. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you and your family as well. The same thing with you, Chris, as well. You and your family as well. Many blessings to you guys.
Thanks,
you
Alex.
Both.
Thank you.
And again, I don't think the Rangers are gonna go far, but they need
Never say never.
Look at 1994, right?
Yeah.
When they won. But we'll see how it goes. Hockey definitely has the best playoff format. In
Oh
all
man, and one of the best games to watch it live too. Holy
Definitely,
cow, bro!
most definitely. But then again,
So fast.
Yes. And thanks, guys. Again, have a great rest of your night. Color as well. MCJB, Crypto,
See you, bud.
Jacob.
You too, Alex.
You guys have a great night. Okay, and stay
Later,
blessed.
Alex.
You too, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
We'll talk more.
You know.
Talk more later, Alex, about maybe working out, trying to get that Texas fan club kicking. MC, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Are we done?
Yeah, go ahead and do some
All right.
closing statements, my brother.
Thank you, Chris, for always letting me on the show. Dolphreaky, thank you for being his special guest. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get some sleep too. I'm tired as hell.
Take it easy, MC. Later,
Will
my
do,
brother.
brother.
Later.
Jacob,
All right,
what's up, bud?
Not a lot. I'm 25. This is the most excited I've been. I've suffered through Cleo Lemon, all of that. But this is honestly the most excited I've ever been.
I agree with you, Jacob. I mean, as far as offensive weaponry goes, I can't remember when we had an arsenal like this, man. And of not just the proven guys we got or Waddle and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are hard on the offensive line, but the scheme change, the coaching change, and all the bullets, live fire exercise that the young guys took these last year or two. We're going to see something special come out of this, I think, Jacob.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
All right,
Guys, have a
buddy.
good
Take
night.
it easy. We'll see you, Jacob. Crypto.
Now, I would say it's interesting what we did this offseason because I have seen, I go back to the Shula Marino era, so I can't lie and say I haven't seen anything that resembles this because that guy number 13 made it work with the Marx brothers. And it's just that I decided to see something again in South Florida that might be semblance of fireworks. So I can't never say I haven't seen it because now we have a chance in 30 plus years to see it again. So it's just a matter of putting it together, and what they were saying about it being a different environment. I think every new coach just will always bring a new atmosphere, even if it was Kellen Moore. They will be saying the same thing. They will be making the same statements that it's different from the previous regime. They were saying the same thing when Flo was the new regime, that it was different from the previous. It was a different atmosphere from the previous regime. By definition, any new regime is going to be different from the previous regime.
Thank you. Yes, there's no denying that. A different regime is that, a regime of difference.
Right. So I'm just kind of bringing it down, toning it down a bit to make it don't seem like everything is always anti-Flo. That people are not making in their comments to try to attack Flo directly or indirectly. They're always going to say something different because it reflects the new head coaching staff.
Yes, there's no denying that. I think about the year that Adam Gase won and how everyone was invigorated, new coach, went to the playoffs.
How he's not like Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin was such a stiff.
There's when
You
when
know,
you go from one opposite to the other, a
right?
strict one to a more fun one. I just hope we don't get too far from center, because then we find ourselves wanting, 4 years from now, we're like, God, we need more of a strict coach, not a coach that's everybody's friend, stuff like that. So
Right.
there's always this
Exactly.
honeymoon period, though. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
it's the honeymoon
This is
phase.
going to
Yeah.
be the year of the years, and hopefully it sets the tone for the future. So, all right, Crypto, man.
Yep.
We'll see you next time,
We
brother.
appreciate the work, Dolphreaky, the work you're doing in the community on the fan side.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Color. All right, Chris.
Later,
All right,
brother.
Crypto. Have a good night, man.
Color, my brother, got late night Color commentary tomorrow. Color, you excited? We're gonna give away that hat over there.
Oh, yeah. Which one's left?
The orange one, the one with this and the
nice,
orange on the
nice.
bill. I
Cool.
have this one, so it's one of my faves.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna like I said last night, I'm gonna probably do a deep dive on the ripple effect of Tyreek Hill leaving the Chiefs for everybody involved.
Yes,
so
I want to. I want to
that'll be,
read that. I want to see that.
Yeah,
I
that'll
wish it
be
was.
fairly interesting. I might actually pre-record it and play it, so I can comment while it's going on. But
it's a brilliant
either
idea.
case, appreciate everything you do, Dolphreaky. We appreciate you coming by the Fins tailgate because it's the tailgate that never ends, and we're glad we're here now. So you're welcome to come by and hang out all the time. It's just like a tailgate.
Yeah.
Talk about
I'll
anything
definitely
you want
come
to
back.
talk about.
Yeah, it's the
so we
digital tailgate
appreciate
party
you,
that never stops.
Absolutely, and appreciate you giving encouragement to other females out there that may be shy to get up on camera and broadcast themselves all over the internet. So appreciate that too.
Yeah, that's like one thing I meant to say earlier, like how proud I am to see more females getting into it and having their own shows. And it's such a hard, like there's so many Dolphin podcasts already. And to see females breaking into it, that makes me so happy, And like last year I had tried to start my own thing, but honestly, like it was just too much for me. Like I don't know how you guys do it. There's a lot of work that goes into this and a lot of preparation, and you really have to be on top of everything. And like for me and my busy life, like it wasn't going to happen on like a reoccurring basis for me, but I'm so happy to be a guest on these types of shows. I like, that's what I like to do the most, is just like pop in here and there on different shows and like meet new people this way. And
yeah, you did close to 3 hours with us. That's like, that's
I know, she
pretty cool.
killed it
We
in. I
appreciate
talked to
that.
her beforehand. She said, I'm ready to go. So she
I
was
said,
ready
I'm
to
off
hang it.
tomorrow. I don't have anywhere to be. So
Yeah, she was ready
I'm
to
here
rock
for
and
it.
roll. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me on here.
Yep,
Thanks.
drop by anytime.
All right,
Happy
see you
having
later,
you.
Color. Yeah, Dolphreaky. You can always join in on our fun anytime. Sometimes it gets rowdy as all get up. Sometimes I'll pull out the one-on-one wild turkey, and we'll really get crunk in here too. We get done, which we'll do. We'll have a great time come the beach bash. So guys, I'm gonna share the beach bash thing one last time. Make sure you guys are gonna be there to have fun at the beach bash party. There it is, May 28th, 9 a.m., Sanibel. Everybody, come on with it. Dolphreaky's going to host there. There's a DJ, family fun, tailgate. There'll be no football, but there'll be a football there. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, we could have some football, right? We can organize something.
Yeah, exactly.
We have some beanbag toss and
Oh,
that kind of stuff too.
We'll have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be like a tailgate on the beach.
Fishing.
Really fun.
Having a few beers, cooking up some food. Maybe I'll bring the dog. We'll have a great
all-day
time.
event, and let's just pray for good weather. That's the only thing that's going to make or break this.
It's Florida, so it'll blow over, and
Yeah.
everybody can hop in a car and wait 20 minutes and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting the like. Make sure you're following Dolphreaky on Twitter. If you're not, you're a loser. So just make sure everyone's partaking. There's great things coming, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Dolphreaky, thank you so much. Listen, when you have the incorporated thing and friends and everything ready to go, let me know. Send me the link. I'll put it in the description. Any way I can help with this to facilitate, you got something you want to get out, anytime, every time, let me know. We'll figure a way to get on here and help it in every way for all that stuff.
Thank you so much. That is so incredibly helpful. And thank you to like the fan base and everybody. Since I just released that little tidbit of information that I was starting this nonprofit, I've had so much support and so many people just already offering to send money and memorabilia at a raffle and like all these things. It's just so overwhelming. So Chris, thank you so much for that, because obviously word of mouth is like the biggest thing. And, you know, thank you so much to the fans.
Oh, you're welcome. And anything I could do to help, I'll do everything I can. You know, that's what this is about. So thanks, Dolphreaky. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Fins up, everybody.